Foz, and good afternoon to our listeners and our viewers on the live stream. Yeah, really interesting day today, mainly because of what happened down at Lauderdale Oval back in round 6 it was, in regards to what Lauderdale causing the upset of the season. And we're a bit disappointed with Lauderdale the other week at North Launceston, and North Launceston then got beaten by Launceston. So the form guide goes out the door really today because everyone's beaten everyone. So look, we'll just have to wait and see. Conditions would obviously probably suit a Lauderdale with their strong clearance work. But Launceston just play this ground really well. So, yeah, look, going to be interesting.
And our expert commentator this afternoon is Michael Maxie Walker. G'day, Max.
Good afternoon, Dave, and good afternoon, listeners. 5 or 6 weeks ago, like we said, it was close to a 5-goal win to Lauderdale down at Skybus Oval. So they'd be definitely confident of their own ability against the quality outfit of Launceston. But like Mac has said, playing at Windsor Park, no one knows it better than the Launceston Blues. They do move the ball very well. And, I think the key for Lauderdale today will be 4 consistent quarters of football.
Absolutely, and it should be a terrific contest. And our stats man today is Mr. David Gruber to our right here. And we've got our cameraman Josh Goodger this afternoon on the camera for the stream. And we've got our boys out in the, well, not in the middle of the ground, but on the wing of the ground here at Windsor Park. Good afternoon to Tony, first of all.
Good afternoon, Dave. Good afternoon, all our listeners. It's a bit windy out here, probably about a 3 or 4 goal wind, and Lauderdale have won the toss and will be kicking with it. Perhaps a little bit of history's been made here today. We have a Braden Fellows making his debut for Launceston, and his older brother Casey is one of the umpires. Probably one of the first times I think that's happened. I spoke to Terry Fellows and he can't remember it ever happened before either. In terms of the ground, there's a few wet patches, as you can probably see from up the commentary box, and the goal square 25 metres out, straight down the middle of the ground. There's a fairly soft patch over about where the Launceston players are now, just entering into the centre square. Should be a good game though, but Launceston fancy their chances. Their disposal efficiency in their loss to Lauderdale was only about 47%, so they're looking for an increase on that, and the bigger ground should favour them as well. Chris?
Yes, certainly a case of replace all divots on this ground today. It really is quite soft underneath, so certainly different to what we're used to at York Park. And the lights are on too, so it's dark enough from about the training lights on. So have a good call, boys.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Tony. Yes, it's dry at the moment. It's been about 10 or so mils of rain overnight. And as sometimes happen here, the game is going to start early, which catches us out for our preview. So we'll try and talk about the game a little bit as it progresses. Of course, a couple of late changes. Musica and Jaden Hines out for Launceston. Also, Josiah Burling Poland out for Lauderdale. In comes Hayden Smith. Here's Matthew McGee for City Park Radio Sport.
Yeah, Siggins is in the ruck to start the contest, and he gets the first clearance. Only goes down as far as Woolley. Off half-back, Casey Brown on the wing here at Windsor Park. Hits up in the inside, finds Joby Harper. Terrific form last week from him. Finds Boyd on the outside. Here's Fletcher Seymour. This is what Launceston do. They hit up, they kick. They're a kicking side, and they kick the ball very well. Inside 50, long and strong from Seymour. Taylor sets himself the small forward. There's Dylan Riley. Good to see him back in that forward 50. Well, good for us as the spectators, not probably good for the Lauderdale defence. He'll cause some nightmares, of course, coming back from that ACL. And, of course, here's another player back into the side. Mitchell Thorpe taking in the ruck contest there with Siggins. Goes down the front. Hit out. Good hands there from Boyd. Here comes Harper. Gillow. Been in good form. Bailey Gillow, we mentioned him the other week. Playing as that small forward winger. And it's going to be a ball up just outside forward 50. So some interesting moves, as Dave said. Hayden Smith back into the lineup, but they've gone with Siggins in the ruck. Kicked 5 against Launceston last time, did Siggins. Out the back here now to Jake Smith. Up and under kick. Thorpe sets himself. Gillow there again, small forward. Punch forward now by Lauderdale. They're defending with all their might here. There's Zach Morris. Here's Gillow out of the pack. We'll get back to you in a moment, Max. Alex Wright set on. Woolley, another touch for him, inside 50. Oh, good punch from behind there by the Launceston forward in Jackson Thurlow. So it's all Launceston on this occasion. Couple of minutes gone. Step inside. Zach Morris, left foot, looks for the first. But it's the first point of the day, not the first goal. And they're one behind. Geez, Lauderdale haven't touched it yet, Max.
No, they certainly haven't, Macca. It's all been Launceston in this first couple of minutes. Interesting contest there. between Oscar Shaw and Mitchell Thorpe. Some very quick hand movements. That's all I'll say.
Short kick comes out to Stanley. Might get the boys on the boundary if you're listening. There's a young number 14 there for Lauderdale. He's not on our list, so you can check that one out and text me, please. Number 14 for Lauderdale. Here's Sam Tilley in the long sleeves. He can't pick it up. McGuinness does. Kicks up the wing looking for Siggins. With stuff away from behind. That was Tina McCormack. Siggins working hard, close to the boundary line. And it's eventually over the boundary line.
I had a look at their last contest, round 6, and it was all Lauderdale. They just couldn't get the football, Launceston, on that occasion. It was just, I think it was just one out of the box for them on a poor performance. But Siggins kicked 5 and had 24 touches on that occasion.
Boundary umpire Ali Bennett throws it in. Siggins back in the ruck, takes it, dishes out to Franklin. Handball out to Tilley, further on downfield. And player there tackled out of bounds. That's Tyler Martin. So it'll be a boundary throw in, attacking side of the wing for the Southern Bombers.
One thing that Lauderdale need to take advantage of here is Siggins in the ruck against
Tina McCormack.
McCormack, and then you've got Hayden Smith as well. So they should have a dominance in the ruck and around the ball.
Seymour, the ball's smothered there and ricochets. Now Gillow, not a great handball. Congested on the wing right in front of us here. Harper working hard, great game last week. Another stoppage, ball up, centre wing. Lauderdale have the breeze, so they'll want to be a few goals up here at quarter time. We'll keep you up to that with all the other games today. And of course, Blunstead Arena, the Northern Bombers playing Clarence. Anthony Osborne will give us a report on that at half time. Seymour, high kick, not a lot of distance. Riley, not 15, play on. Taken by Mitch Thorpe, short distance kick. Advantage of Harper. Harper inside 50 on the lead. Taking the mark is Thurlow. He's going to be dangerous. And Bodie Kingston, the number 14 there. Boys, take note. Had him down as number 40. He's the number 14 there. He's got the hard job there on Jackson Thurlow. So Thurlow, I think he kicked 3 in the last quarter last week.
Yep.
So he's in pretty good goal kicking form. He's playing a lot inside that forward 50. The first goal of the game, Jackson Thurlow has got it. And they're underway, the Blues. Good play from the wing, culminating in a mark and easy conversion there to Jackson Thurlow. 1-1-7 Launceston. Lauderdale yet to score.
It was just a good centre of the ball too then, and Thurlow with his experience just knew where to run, and quite an easy mark in the end, and bread and butter for him, those shots from about 40 metres out, pretty much directly in front.
So, fast start here for the Blues. They've had both scoring shots. They've got a breeze. It's not, we're watching the kicks there, Macca, they were going a good distance into that breeze, so maybe not a huge advantage.
Yeah, well, as I said at the stage, Lauderdale really haven't managed to get any forward movement. Siggins, nice palm down. Going to be another ball up. Sam Tilley gets it out. Seymour. Huge game last week at UTAS Stadium for Fletcher Seymour. Ball up, centre circle. Siggins, nice palm down, but only as far as Harper for Launceston. Brendan Taylor in good form, small forward. Lauderdale come out through Josh Williams. It's come back to him now. It's a turnover and now goes out of bounds. Another game going on down at KG5, Foz.
Interesting early.
Very interesting. Glenorchy 42, trail North Hobart 46. It's a much better effort there from Glenorchy, who led early in that contest. So we'll keep you up to date with all the scores, AFL, and also the Tassie Devils, who are playing the Murray Bush Rangers today over in Victoria, the game about to start as well. So bring you all those scores and every other sporting event that we can around the state for today. So here's Lauderdale. First real kick, real position through Tilley. It's up and under the forward line there through Fletcher. Hooker. One of the Tassie Devils into this side. Alec Wright goes wide. Seymour out of bounds in front of the Windsor Park complex over there.
Usually player Tilley, Macca, if I remember with the Devils, he's more of a small forward type player, but he's getting a bit of on-ball time today.
Yeah, well, he's got good skills, good runs, so you'd imagine he'd be in and around the football there. Polferman on Franklin's a good matchup, Max. Keep your eye on that one. Coming out here now through his Reece Sutton. Different view for us today here for our City Park listeners. We're going back to the old Thurlow room up in the stand, so different view for us. Fozzie was a little bit worried about the weather. The rain hasn't come at this stage, but a few showers forecast. As the boys said, the lights are on. The yellow footies are out, so it could get quite dark. In defensive 50 here now for Lauderdale. Switch across kick finding Nick Hooker. So Nick Hooker, slow play, trapped in defensive goal square. Who they got up the line? It's an up and under kick. Here's McGuinness. Geez, he gets a lot of the footy. Josh McGuinness, the former Brisbane Lion.
43 possessions a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, speaking of Brisbane Lions, here's Alan Christensen. Also had a good game against these guys last time, did Alan Christensen. 20-odd touches from the midfield. Hit up, goes sideways, now down the line. Here's Sutton. So, slow play at this stage. Haven't really gone far, though. Now they try and go up the line, but here's a turnover. Zach Morris. He'll run and he'll go. Hit up. Harper. Interesting to see if he plays that second ruck roll again today, Harper. Inside 50, hit up, all on his own. Reading to the ball is Jackson Thurlow. Thurlow's going to have his second shot at goal. He'll go from about 50 metres. Yes, Fozzle?
I was going to say second opponent. He's now on Oscar Shaw.
Oscar Shaw.
And Kingston's gone to Thorpe.
Okay. So Thurlow. Oh, here's another lead up mark. Tried to find Thorpe, couldn't do so. And it's well cut off there by one of the recruits, Lennon Marlin.
Switches to Siggins, who marks inside defensive 50. Plays on, such a key player for the Southern Bombers is Sam Siggins. Sideways to Williams. They're playing a lot of possession footy at the moment, Lauderdale. Christensen has support from behind by Ed Stanley. Stanley now, chance to attack for Lauderdale. High kick, thumped away by Tilly, but spills out of bounds. And the throw in. They haven't been in any further so far than this, which is just the attacking side of the wing.
It's just the way that Launceston is setting up their defence when they get deep in their forward line. Their structure to allow the ball out, just the only way for Lauderdale is just across the ground.
Smothered kick there from Riley. Now here's a chance. Back to Stanley. Kick here looking for Walsh, but it's over his head. Alec White can't pick it up. Now Walsh, little kick, smothered. Good pressure from Launceston. Back in on it is Walsh. Tough play against the debutant Fellows, who gets a high tackle. And young Braden Fellows, or was it James Leake, Macca?
James Leake.
James Leake, thanks.
Hit up. Here now finds Polframan. And James Leake, very handy cricketer. James Leake, A-grade cricketer. Been playing here in Launceston senior side now for a few weeks. Inside 50, they're on way here now, Lauderdale. Through Jaden Magro, he's got the ball on the run, but it's well done there by Josh Woolley. Don't see him kick on his right much, and he did on that occasion under pressure. Well cut off there by Reece Sutton. Christensen inside 50, finds his teammates.
Another number we haven't got. Number 57, boys, can get on that one for us. Number 57 for Lauderdale. So,
Geez, Foz, old mate does bring us the lists in.
Yeah. So, there we go. Probably should have checked them. My fault.
Come on, Max.
No comment.
You know where your bread's buttered,
No,
mate, don't you? Eh?
But the boys in the boundary on it in a flash.
So Lauderdale, for their first goal, will be a handy one. They need it towards the city end. Has it made the distance? I don't think it has. Off hands. We don't need to worry about the goal kicker. The boys have got a little bit of time to do the homework for us. Here's Woolley. Geez, he's got a good left foot, Josh Woolley. Oh, good mark. Stretch. Casey Brown. Quick play on. Morris seems to be playing higher up the ground today. Zachary Morris, an ugly looking left. Too ugly it is. Mitch Thorpe, the coach, lead up, not happy. Goes out of bounds. Free kick, Oscar Shaw, square up McGuinness. Interesting to see what they do with McGuinness. Do they keep allowing him to take those uncontested marks and just set up play, Max?
I think they'll let him whilst they're not doing anything penetrating with the kicks, because again, they just got to. Oh, he went a little bit longer down the line there, but he looked to go short to start with.
James Leake flies, can't take it. Ball comes down centre wing.
They've lost Harry Richmond today as one of their marking targets.
Yeah, he's one of their sort of high half forwards, isn't he? Gets up the ground and goes a little bit for them. Throw up, Hayden Smith on, back into the lineup. Last game against these guys, he had 72 hit-outs, Hayden Smith. So I was quite surprised I didn't name him in the side, whether he's been unwell or something like that. But especially if there's a bit of rain about, he's just a stoppage king, isn't he, Hayden Smith? But did play in their D-League. Boyd, cut off. Oh, here's good run from behind. Finds his Batman to his Robin, that is Tuddle. Over the top. What's happened here? Blocking. I don't know which way it's going to go. It's going to go to Lauderdale on centre wing. I'm going to hand you over to the captain of the commentary team. Dave Moore.
And just take note, boys, number 57 is Jack Sawford. I had him as 51. So the youngster who debuted a couple of weeks ago against North Launceston. Chance here for Lauderdale, but cut off again by Tudhill. Having a really good season. His handball gets to House on the bounce. House has to kick quickly. Someone's phone's going there.
Oh, sounds like I'm in a bird, Avery.
It is.
Max Walker. Sorry, I shouldn't have been.
As Wright picks it up now. Gets it to Boyd. Nice handball to Polson. And here they go through Casey Brown. 2 kicks out from goal. Up here towards Thurlow against Kingston. That clears both of them. Mitch Thorpe. Kick smothered. Chance for the Lauderdale defence. Can he pick it up, Kingston? He fumbled a bit. Lets in Taylor. Dangerous. Left foot. He's just pushed off at the last moment. Doesn't get the distance. Might spill out of bounds. In fact, it's forced through for a point by Shaw. So one behind there to Launceston.
It was Max's mum on the phone, Foz. I think she wants a bit of callback, bit of action here, but leave that for after the siren, Mrs. Walker.
Is number 52, young Ned Shaw there. He kicks it down the wing, looking for the young Fletcher hooker. One of those ones in the Devils squad. Runs his full distance, not a great kick, bit underground. Bouncing ball, chaos. Siggins is up forward, fumbles, picks it up, handballs to space. Oh, tough clash there. Franklin. He eventually gets the thump out. Oh, nice little move there by Patton. He kicks towards half forward, but it's that Launceston defence again in Boyd, who takes the mark at half back.
He's probably his third intercept there at the moment, Boyd. Switches it wide. It's a 1-on-3. Casey Brown's been that outlet target for most of the first quarter on those on that wing, or either wing really. And it's going to be a ball up. So just struggling to connect. Who just joined us. It's Launceston 1-2-8. Leading Lauderdale 0-1-1. 13.5, nearly 14 minutes gone here in this first quarter. Round 11, halfway season at 2022. Here's Tyrrell. Saw him kick that big bag of goals the other week. Was it 10, Foz?
Yes, North Hobart.
North Hobart finds Polframan. Oh, there's the kick. They've missed it again, Launceston. Turnover, McGuinness by hand. Goes back, hooker. Oh, he's kicked it straight back to Tyrrell.
So we're going to score at half time from KG5 in a second. The next break as it goes to Polframan. Hands off to Boyd up the ground. Kicks towards full forward. Thurlow's there again from behind. Doesn't quite take it. Lauderdale defence working hard. Taylor, handball, ends up with Thurlow. 2 goals, Jackson Thurlow in the first quarter. He dribbles it through. Weight of numbers. Calm play there. Team play from that forward 50 from Launceston. 2-2-14. Lauderdale 1 behind.
And again, he was in the right position to take the grab as well, but just slipped through his fingers, sconned him on the head, and
he was just quick to
adjust to it accordingly.
He?
Yeah, didn't go to the ground and read the play well, knew there was going to be a handball there, just ran off his opponent. His opponent stood there watching, trying to guard the contest, and the easiest of goals to Jackson Thurlow for number 2.
Half-time KG5, Demons by 4 points, 46-42 over Glenorchy.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 131 161 is Matthew McGee for City Park Radio and Sport.
Ball up, Siggins now playing as a non-baller with Hayden Smith in the ruck. Very versatile Sam Siggins. Going to go Launceston's way though, Josiah Burling. Here's Casey Brown. Looks for Taylor again. All over in the defender, but he gets away with it. That was Ben Steinbauer. Now comes in. We're back to where we begun, Foz, and that pole is right in my line.
Casey Brown is one of those players who's really consistent, isn't he? We don't notice him and talk about him much, but consistently puts in a great effort.
Yeah, he's probably had more of the footy today, though, in this quarter than what he had done all last week. Foz, can you see that? Because it's right behind the pole, mate. It's still there. How many years since we've commentated from here?
Well, funny you should say that. It was 9 years to the day on June the 1st when we did our first broadcast from here. Launceston versus Burnie. Sonny Whiting kicked 11 goals. So we're just down the corridor. Listen to them. Fortunately, we were part of it with Macca, but you joined us a couple of weeks later. Boundary throw in. Siggins is tackled. Releases the ball. Gillow. Kick smothered by Magro. Second opportunity, Gillow. Magro comes through with strength. Can't pick it up. Bryce Walsh gets a high tackle. Free kick behind the pole. Still, that defensive 50 for Lauderdale. Can they mount something here? Nice kick to Ed Stanley. Outlet player. Out here is Oliver Shaw. He'll play on straight away. Short distance kick's a nice one. Finds Williams. Good team play by Lauderdale. Can they make something out of it? Williams waits a long time. Handball to Christensen, not great. Puts in a lot of pressure. Shrugs the tackle from right on his hands and knees. Back to Franklin. Back to Shaw. Now they're going backwards, Lauderdale. Little kick ends up with Christensen. They've still got possession though. And his sideways kick to Ed Stanley. So somehow they kept it together there, Lauderdale. And they get another opportunity. Patton with a small number 4 on his back. Kicks inside 50. Beautiful kick. Leading out is Blackburn in good form. Kicked the bag last week. Plays on, unselfish. And finds a teammate inside 50. We'll get the glasses on him. I think it might be young Sawford again. It is, number 57. He's already had one opportunity. Maybe with a slight breeze behind him. The Lauderdale side in front of us is flapping in the breeze.
Quick start Adelaide Crows, Foz in the AFL, 5-2-32. Lead the Eagles at 1 behind.
Here comes Sawford, goes round, gets some extra distance, kicks off to the right, thumped out of bounds. Boundary throw in, right forward pocket. Launceston 2-2-14, Lauderdale 1 behind 1 point, 18 minutes first quarter.
Tassie Devils are underway over at Highgate Arena against the Murray Bushrangers, and Murray kicked the first goal there. So they're 1 goal straight 6. The Tassie Devils yet to score, but only early days. Boundary throw in, City end of the ground. Nice throw in, Jamison House. Quick kick, scrubby kick, but it's effective. Jake Smith, good hands, clean hands. Over the top here now, through Seymour. Plenty of touches. Half-back flank, goes forward. Thurlow, causing real headaches. They come forward again now. Mitch Thorpe's going to set. Found himself behind, punches it forward. Ball comes down, Lauderdale have the numbers. Mitch Thorpe dives in. Harper puts pressure on. Top of the 50. Umpire circles and says, give it to me.
Work here by young Ned Shaw. I'm not sure if he's a brother of Oliver or not, but they had a good contest there, number 52.
Boyd's getting plenty of ball off half-back. Giving them plenty of drive. Here's Harper in that role, that secondary ruck role against Hayden Smith. That have been teammates, Max, back at the Storm days. Yes. Harper and Hayden Smith.
They would have, yep.
It's been a few years up here, didn't he, Big Haydos? And another ball up. Sun starts to shine through. Lights will stay on, I'd imagine. But plenty of sport going on. Plenty happening right here on City Park Radio Sport, 103.7, 96.5. No basketball tonight, Fozzel?
No, it's down at Ulverston tonight.
Ulverston.
So Casey, I was going to say Scorpions, Casey Cavaliers against
Magro got the clearance kick.
Downfield?
But it was wasn't a downfield, it was a reversal. Goes to Jamison House. Giving away the free kick was Tyler Martin. So Jamison House, that's a terrific kick out wide here now. Finds Tuthill. Tuthill, a little reprimand during the week, citing the melee. Goes back now from Pulframan to Tuthill. Inside 50, Mitch Thorpe finds himself behind and hitting up and leading, marking well as Oscar Shaw. Umpire's called 50. Someone's moved on the mark, maybe Gillo. Yes, Fozzel?
Inside 50s, Launceston 10, Lauderdale 7 so far.
Yeah, Lauderdale have fought back after not touching the ball very much at all. He wants to play on here fast. The umpire says he's not allowed. Now he sets the mark. Goes wide, finds Sutton. Goes wider with hands, Bryce Walsh. The evergreen Bryce Walsh. Hit up. Big kick. Can't take the ball. There's Fellows' first touch for him. The debutant. Come through the pathway here up at, where was he? At the Prospect Hawks. And then came down to Windsor Park, St Patrick's College product as well. Here's a turnover in the pocket. It looks pretty good. It looks real good. Is it Tyler Martin? Nick Hooker. Nick Hooker, is it, Foz? Coming up from the back line. I saw the number 2. It is. It's Nick Hooker. And he's crumbed it off. Left foot. Beautiful goal. Yeah, he caught me out because he's not normally up that end of the ground, Foz.
That's a good goal for Lauderdale, Max. A bit of a reward. I mean, they're in the game, but they haven't really hit the scoreboard yet.
Yeah, they've really struggled to get it past halfway, and just watching a few of their possession game movements, they're just content on going sideways all the time, even when in an earlier stanza where young Jack Sawford got on the end of it and didn't score the goal, but Luke Patton had the ball through the middle, and he was actually looking at guys behind him 50 metres over to the far side, trying to feed it off to them, and he had 40 metres in front of him. They've got to go forward when they get the chance.
So they're right back in this contest. They trail by to 7 points. Great tackle there by Seymour. It's no free kick. Devils update, Macca?
Still yet to score Tasmania. Murray 1 goal. Maybe a little bit windy out there at Highgate.
North Hobart 4 points up at quarter time. We'll try and get a look at North Launceston Clarence in a moment, as it's secondary ball up in the inside the centre square. So, in fact, there's a free kick picked out. It's going the way of Lennon Marlin. Might be against Seymour there, holding the ball. So Leonard Mullen, who's really impressed us a couple of weeks ago at UTAS Stadium, kicks low inside 50, clears the contest over the back. Christensen's there, he's dangerous, he lays a tackle on Wright. No free kick, Wright got a handball away just in time. So it'll be a ball up now, about 25 out from Lauderdale's goal.
Just got a message through related to the captain of the commentary team. Tell Foz it's Oscar Shaw, not Oliver. So thank you very much, Simon Clayton, for clarifying that.
There's Tyler Martin. He's launched on goal, but I think it's a free kick back. It is still that 30 metres out from goal.
Clarence 5 points, North Launceston 2 points, 20 minutes gone. So low scoring down at Bellaree, Foz.
Seymour wide there towards Wright, who can't take the mark. Long way away from us here. Lauderdale now centering ball to Magro, is in range. We know that he is a fine kick for goal. Got the sleeves on today. And the man on the mark is about 48 out. And the inside 50's now evened up. Dave Gruber, 10 apiece.
Bradley Cox-Goodger kicks the first for North Launceston.
Of course, as the boys said, there's a breeze favouring that town end. That's the way the Lauderdale Bombers are going in this quarter. So here we go. Magro for Lauderdale's second. Drifts off to the right and just sneaks in from behind. So they go to 1-2-8. Launceston a 2-2-14, 23.5 minutes into the quarter.
Yeah, tight contest. There's a little bit of breeze, the boys said, but they haven't really made the use of it at the moment. Lauderdale, but have settled. Are under the pump early. And they definitely have settled. Oh, it's a good hang there. In fact, it was Harper that took it. Looks like Burling over the top, trying to take it off him. But Harper gets it and gives it to Tyrrell. Tyrrell laying up the ground. Seen him play back and then swung forward for that 10 goals the other week. Tyrrell, good kick. Oh, Gillow waited for it. Siggins didn't. Reached out the big arms. Gave it over the top now to Magro. Back to Walsh. Got to be a good kick. Wasn't who was intended for there. Franklin thought it was his, but it wasn't. It was intended for Williams, and now they're away. Here's Magro. Oh, it worked out okay. Left foot, up, Blackburn, sets, good mark, good effort from Woolley. Woolley finds Boyd, under the footy off half back. The game with North Melbourne a few weeks ago in the VFL. Here's another one of those who did so as well, Alec Wright. Excellent game last week at UTAS Stadium. Wright hit up. Lead and mark by Seymour. Seymour. Get the clearances there for Dave Gruber in a minute, Dave, if you can for me. Just to see what's happening around the footy.
10-6 the Blues wait.
Yeah, okay, so Lauderdale will be looking there's the siren at quarter time. Not very long, only 24, nearly 25 minutes. Launceston 2-2-14. They lead Lauderdale 1-8. And the goal kickers, it was 2 goals for Jackson Thurlow and 1 goal for Nicholas Hooker. Puzzle.
Yeah, so an interesting contest. Look, I think Lauderdale would like a scrap today, Max, to try and stay in the game as long as possible. But they've had their fair share of inside 50, so a pretty even first quarter. But we'll get a better idea on this breeze advantage at half time.
Yeah, like the scoreboard probably flatters Lauderdale a little bit there. For the first 15 minutes of that first quarter, they really struggled to get it past halfway due to the structure of the Launceston way they set up. We've spoken about it a few times. Lauderdale had no other options but to go forward, backwards. The forward kicks were only little 40-metre, 30-metre kicks, sideways. They just couldn't get any run, and to Launceston's credit, they really smothered them for that first half. Then they started to go a little bit longer, the Lauderdale Bombers, and it opened it up a little bit for them. We saw a couple of occasions where different players got on the lead and there was plenty of space in front of them to hit up, and Nicholas Hooker snuck down there to kick the goal of the quarter. So scoreboard-wise, they'd be disappointed in relation to what they've kicked, I think. With that little bit of breeze, there's probably a couple of goals. But from the position of being in the game, they'd be very happy with it. Like I said, Foz, they just need to smother up this quarter. I think we'll see a lot more of Lauderdale going sideways, backwards, but I think Launceston will sort of roll down another level ground-wise as well and just smother them a bit more to keep it in their forward line a lot better. Jackson Thurlow up forward, played a lone hand, kicked a couple of goals in the quarter. He was very dangerous, and he had young who was he on him?
Bodie Kingston.
Bodie Kingston all the quarters. So a good learning experience for Bodie too. Playing against a quality player. So quarter time. We've got a game on our hands here.
Maxie Walker and Matthew McGee in commentary with Dave Gruber on stats and the boys on the boundary. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at Gruber's stats and we'll talk to the boys on the boundary and set the scene for the second quarter. Back in a moment.
When it comes to your smart shop, make the switch and be rewarded with $80. For $80 in LPG account credits, visit the website elgas.com.au, download the Elgas app, or give us a call on 131 161. Elgas. Local, safe, and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Hello and welcome to The Geeks Review. I'm Royce.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Joshua.
We all love movies and TV, especially the geeky ones. And in our new show, we're going to review the new releases in the cinema and on DVD, because that's just what the internet needs more of. Three guys talking about movies. From Doctor Who to Star Wars, Terminator to Harley Quinn, and a whole lot more. The Geeks Review, 4 p.m. Thursday on City Park Radio and at Royce Pendergast on YouTube.
We got it all here at Invermain News Agency, so come on in. After your ticket to freedom, maybe some gifts for the missus, or even just bits and bobs to get you through the daily grind. Come on in, we're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm Mr. Lyle, and we've got it all. Remember, Invermain News Agency is open for you when the others aren't. Open just about all hours. Invermain News Agency, opposite Utah Stadium, with free parking at the door. Buy it, gift it, wrap it, post it. Lovely jubbly.
A proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to Windsor Park. The players in their huddles and just about ready to start or break up for the second quarter. Groups of stats, head-outs the first quarter. Lauderdale, Sam Siggins has been huge in the ruck, and they lead the head-outs 14-4 at the moment to Lauderdale. Clearances though, the Blues 10-6. Inside 50s, we've got 10 to Launceston, 11 to Lauderdale, so they ended up having more inside 50s in that first quarter. Marks inside 50, 4 to Lauderdale, 2 to Launceston. And the free kicks, only 7 free kicks in that first quarter. 4 to Lauderdale, 3 to Launceston. We'd like to see that, Max. I think a really well umpired first quarter.
Yeah, it was really well umpired. 7 free kicks, not disappointing that. Yep. With 25, 28, 30 of the game, absolutely. Yep. And they picked the ones that they needed to, let the other ones go that were 50-50, which is what spectators and everyone else wants to see in the footy, not just stop-start stuff all the time.
Mac and McGee with the full around the grounds.
Oh, the full around the grounds over at Highgate Arena, Tasmania 7, lead the Murray Bush 6. The Bombers are 8 and the Roos are 5 down at Bellerive. So Northern Bombers, quarter time. That's very low scoring. North Hobart a lead by 4 points. That's early on in the third quarter. The Adelaide Oval, it's the Adelaide Crows 35 to the Eagles 7. And the 7th race at Rose Hill's about to go. Is that responsible?
It's all happening. Now the boys in the boundary can't spot them. Are they there? And they ready?
There he is, yeah. Chris has got the hand up.
Chris has got the hand up, okay. He's going to go first because Launceston have broken up a long time before Lauderdale. So we'll get down to you, Chris.
Yeah, Mitch Thorpe was quite happy with that quarter, but he did mention the word lazy. So he said there's still work to do. Back their decision making. He actually picked out, like you boys did up there, picked out Boyd in that quarter. He did have a great quarter. So we'll see how this quarter goes. Here's Tony.
Hello. Daniel William was really concerned with the speed of Launceston in that quarter. He felt that Lauderdale weren't really prepared to go with them for a bit. He also says they're flicking the ball out too soon, the perceived pressure, and he wants them to take the tackle, get the stoppage if need be, but also watch Launceston's speed on the transition.
Fantastic. Thanks, boys. No injuries at the moment?
No, none at all.
All good.
Except one of the runners.
Okay, never mind. Macca, you got a few individual stats.
Yeah, for the Launceston Footy Club, Joby Harper with 11. Seymour with 8. Holferman with 7. Alec Wright and Josh Woolley with 6 apiece. So lots happening off their half-back line, Max, and that's where they get that drive from. Here's the start of the second quarter. Siggins held in a tackle by McCormack. Just got rid of it in time. Here's Smith over to another touch there for Fletcher Seymour, up and under. Who flies there? It was Tyrrell. Gets it out now to Lauderdale, half forward, or flying for the ball there. not being able to take it. Geez, it looked bad landing. That was Fletcher Hooker, but he's up and running. Leg buckled under him. Seymour, half-back, goes wing side. Gillow, Siggins, tries the don't argue. He's caught. Bailey Gillow, one of the smallest players on the ground. That'll please the coaching staff as he takes on the might of Siggins. Umpire Nick Butler's going to make him come back across. That was a correct call. Siggins said he hasn't come back around, which he hadn't. He hadn't set himself behind the mark. Still hasn't really, but it'll do. The umpire says inside 50 for Dave Gruber. Mitch Thorpe flies down the front. Tyrrell spun in the tackle. Morris, turnover now. Off half-back, Lauderdale they go. Franklin to Walsh, the old firm. Looking for someone on the lead. Out in front, it's Michael Blackburn. Up the ground. Turnover. Tuddill over the top now to Boyd. Boyd, another inside 50. Looking, Thorpe, number 55. Dives, can't take it. Goes down to the boundary, didn't go over, and they go now, and they run it out through Ed Stanley. Oh, it's a turnover. It's a tough kick. It goes to centre half forward. They've made it hard for themselves of Lauderdale Football Club, because here's Taylor. He swoops and he goes. That's all he has to do. Well, that was a comedy of errors from Lauderdale out of the back line. And Brendan Taylor doesn't need two looks, Max.
No, he doesn't. We talk about him every time that we play Launceston when we're commentating on them, and he only needs those half dozen touches, his forward defensive pressure, and he's got one for the day already. One of the things I find interesting with the Lauderdale structure is Sam Siggins starting in the ruck again. When they've got someone like Hayden Smith, you would think there would be greater opportunity to put Siggins forward or cross half back or something to repel some of these attacks and have Smith in the middle as well, where you know that he's going to be dominant.
I think they're just worried about that run, and they said they're worried about their pace. Maybe they thought the weather was going to be a little bit worse today, and there'll be a lot more stoppages, but at the moment the game is being played at a fairly fast pace, especially the Launceston way of the ground.
That 45 kick was a poor choice, wasn't out of defence there for Lauderdale.
No, it was just poor execution. I think the choice was the kick was on. Just missed the target, to be honest, but Brendan Taylor swooped.
Ball up. McCormack wins that one. Gets it down to Tilly, though. His half-distance kick towards the wing. Alec Wright leads the chase. Can't pick it up. Ed Stanley has had a few touches today. Half forward to Christensen. Nice ball from line by Woolley. But front and centre is Bryce Walsh. Left foot pass towards Blackburn. There's a match up there today for young fellows. Blackburn is in red hot form, 5 goals last week. And that's a good start to your career for young Braden Fellows.
Yeah, he had the job. We're talking to him at school this week. He said he was looking forward to, yesterday, looking forward to taking on a defensive role. Just does his job, Braden Fellows. Really good, and that's what Mitch Thorpe loves about him.
Woolley, high kick. That might bring rain up towards the wing. Siggins there with McCormack. Clears the contest. It's the head there of Morris, who can pick it up. Siggins, great hands to Williams. Williams now launches towards half forward. Front position, Boyd. Gets the fist to it. Tyler Martin on the follow-up. Gets it to Tilly. Funny old handball towards Christensen in the muddy patch there at left half forward for Lauderdale. So 3-2-20 the Blues. Early goal, Brendan Taylor. Lead Lauderdale 1-2-8. A lot happening around the grounds. Glenorchy really taking it up at the moment to North Hobart. Be an upset there.
And 5 points North Hobart early in the third.
Boundary throw in. Siggins against McCormack. Siggins wins it. But Harper sharks it with a kick off the ground. Thurlow, great pick up. Handball though wasn't great. Trying to pick it up was Patton. Now Franklin's in on it. Releases to Riley. Just rips it out of Franklin's hands. Now to Seymour. 8 possessions first quarter. Plays for the free kick. And the umpire says no. There'll be a ball up centre wing. It's Tassie Devils in action against the Murray Bush Rangers. We'll get a score from Macca soon on that one. Low scoring early. Up it goes. Siggins wins the tap. Here towards Smith. He takes it. Kick looking for Tyrrell. Patton will get there first. Picks it up. Happy to be taken over the boundary line. Quiet start to this second quarter. So that early goal for Taylor with the breeze. A handy one for Launceston. They're going to be a low-scoring scrap today, you'd think. Both sides pretty good offensively. Hayden Smith back in the ruck, as requested by Max. Front position there, Marlin. Couldn't pick it up. Shoveled out. Working hard, Seymour. Tyrrell. Marlin again. His kick smothered. Off the ground, Franklin kicking in danger. Free kick the Blues, centre wing.
Centre wing, Joby Harper led all comers in the first quarter. Harper, that kick inside the centre square. Casey Brown set himself for the mark, couldn't take it. Well done, Sutton. Things are starting to cloud over a little bit, maybe a little bit of rain coming. Here's a mark to Lennon Marlin. Straight kick down the ground, finds Bryce Walsh, top of the square. He's over now to Nat Franklin, who was stopped in his tracks by Harper. Trying to take the mark there was Nat Franklin, couldn't take it. Here's the handball now through Woolley. Seymour inside the centre square, good mark, well taken there by Ed Stanley.
He's been very good, Ed Stanley.
Very consistent player for them, isn't he?
Yep.
Ed Stanley.
Macca's laptop's gone to sleep. He's going to work on that as Stanley kicks towards half forward. Now, what have we got there, Max?
I think it's 50 because he's moved. No, it must be downfield.
Downfield, yep.
Yeah.
So a chance for here for Lauderdale into the breeze.
Kick to Christensen.
Yep, here he comes, Alan Christensen. He's really done a lot for the club down there at Lauderdale. He goes short here towards Siggins, who leads out and marks in a lot of territory. They just left that space open there, 30 out to the Blues, which they don't often do. And Siggins waltzed in there, and the kick was good from Christensen. Sam Siggins will line up, 30 out.
Well, that's where he's most dangerous, Max, leading from that square and kicking goals. But you can't have him everywhere, can you, Sam Siggins?
No, you can't. But I think whilst they've got Hayden Smith in the team against the Launceston Ruckman at the moment, it's the only place for him.
Pushing forward.
Siggins, absolutely.
To make the margin, 6 points. Sam Siggins crosses the 50. Kicks and misses to the right. So an opportunity there for the Lauderdale Bombers. Missed 1-3-9. Lauderdale 3-2-20. Been playing 7.5 minutes in this second quarter.
Maybe he's one of those players, Max, where you just go centre square with him and then push him forward like a Dustin Martin does at Richmond. Does a centre hit out and then just goes forward. Anyway, we'll see what they do with him because they're getting enough of the footy here at the moment. Just need someone to kick to. They go inside 50, Lauderdale. Trying to take a mark there was Blackburn. He was spoiled. Max is frustrated. I reckon Lauderdale coach is as well. Here's Sutton. Been okay on the wing. Max, to you.
Just needed a bit of conversation there between the lead-out player there of Blackburn, and I think it was Tyler Martin just drifted across in front of him. Blackburn's got a call that it's his ball.
Tyler Martin wasn't in best position to take that mark, was he?
Nothing like it.
Close game in Victoria. It's only a point lead there now to Tasmania. They scored their first. There's a few afters here right in front of us in the commentary box. Bryce Walsh is down with a little head knock. He's holding his head. Anyway, the umpire's not worried because he's going to ball it up right next to him. Harper, no, the other umpire uses some common sense. He says, oh, he's not good either, Bryce Walsh.
Yeah,
you see what happened, boys?
Yep, his head hit the deck on the tackle.
Okay.
Yeah, he was tackled, and as he was rolled over, his head hit the ground.
You looked at?
Oh, I think that might be it.
I think there was 120 kilos of number 6 for Lauderdale sort of landed on top of him.
Oh, a bit of friendly fire, okay.
Ados.
Yeah, no, I reckon he's done, Bryce Walsh. He's got the jelly boots on.
Not good to see.
No, he's okay. Harper got it out from McCormack's nice ruck hit out, and the ball goes out of bounds. And Bryce Walsh is pointing at the bench.
Not his own bench either.
No, pointing at the other bench. I don't think he knows where he is. No. He's giving some lip.
I don't know if something was said as he went past, but anyway.
Yeah,
he's had his injury troubles over the journey as Bryce Walsh.
Doesn't know where he is.
Boundary throw in, right half forward. Blues slightly in attack. And it's going to be another ball up as a player is tackled. And he used there from Launceston Arena, Macca.
12 points Clarence, 8 North Launceston.
And KG5?
It's North Hobart by 12.
Okay, starting to get on top there. Jake Smith tackled, releases the ball. Ed Stanley, another possession. Handball, optimistically, tries to find someone. Leak little kick, finds Riley. Now to Harper, who kicks towards full forward. Morris is there, but they have the numbers to Lauderdale. Oscar Shaw has got it. Confronted by Morris. How does the umpire see that? Boundary throw in beside the right behind post. So 10 minutes, we've only seen one goal from Launceston, one behind to Lauderdale. So they're staying in the contest.
1-3 apiece at quarter time in the NAB League. Looks very windy.
Yep.
Out there in Victoria. So low scoring, 1-3 apiece.
Good conditions here, a bit of breeze as Holferman's kick smothered. Still an opportunity. It might have been Taylor on the bottom of the contest there. It'll be a ball up. So we'll get the boys onto the Bryce Walsh situation. In fact, they might have seen that the tackle there that might have caused that injury. We'll get down to them soon once they find out some information. But the way Bryce Walsh got up, I'd say this day and age, back 10 years or so ago, he'd probably get up and play on. But these days, Max, discretion is a better part of valour.
Yeah, it is, and credit to the support guys of both teams as well, where I think they help each other out a little bit. With some people may have more qualifications than others in that sporting training arena, and good to see clubs helping each other out.
Clearance from Lennon Marlin out of defence, but only as far as Woolley, who can't take the mark. Gillow shovels the ball sideways. Another entry inside 50. Big fly from behind, no mark. That might have been Thurlow. Front and square, a lot of players. So they're really clogging up the defence, Lauderdale. No space for the Blues.
Yeah, they'd be happy with having it down there and not giving Launceston the opportunity to kick majors.
Hayden Smith gets the tap. Kick by Harper to space. Smith couldn't take the mark. Morris close to the boundary line, trails it, can't pick it up. Wrestle between a number of players, and it will be a ball up right on the boundary line. So it's 3-2-20 Launceston, Lauderdale 1-3-9, 12 minutes into the quarter. Listen to City Park Radio, 103.7 and 96.5 is Macca McGee.
As much as we think Launceston are dominating here, they're just not getting reward on the scoreboard, and Lauderdale are defending pretty well.
Bodie.
Deep defence, not a great kick from Bodie, out of bounds.
And we've got Tony on the boundary. Tony. Got you there, Tony. Yep.
Yeah, Bryce is he's actually okay. He was just winded apparently. It was a bit of a hard hit. Took a bit to recover, but he's actually walking the boundary at the moment. He'll be back on shortly.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
Righto.
Anyway, Macca, your stint. Sorry.
Yeah, it's interesting, but we've obviously got some medical experts down there. We'll go with it. Inside 50 now for Launceston. A way away from us down the line. A real lot happening, a lot of going up and down on the one spot here, both teams at the moment. A real battle. Lauderdale really trying to hang on to that top four. There's a big game on in Hobart that Lauderdale will be keeping an eye on, and that's Clarence and North Launceston, because Clarence sit there 4-4, Lauderdale are 4-5, and Clarence are in front now by 2 goals. So Clarence 2 goals up. So Lauderdale will want to be winning this one to stay in touch with Clarence maybe if they get up. North Hobart only lead by 6 points. So well done to Glenorchy, they're back to within the 6. And we mentioned quarter time, the Murray Bushrangers and the Tasmanian Devils are all tied up. Adelaide Crows by plenty over the West Coast Eagles over in Adelaide.
Inside 50s this quarter, Lauderdale actually lead 5-4.
Yeah, no, they're not getting much here at the moment, are they? There's just half back to half back, and he's not a good effort on the half back line by Jack Tuddill. So Tuddill takes it, switches it to Jamison House, former Burnie boy, Alec Wright. Nice neat kick, Leake, James Leake, the youngster. Handball's over the top there. Launceston player in Kai Chilcott. Get up on the wing. Can't find his teammate there in Jackson Thurlow. Kick 2 in the first quarter. It's gone out of bounds off the toe. Thurlow thinks it's his. Umpire pointed the other way. He's going to have a chat to the boundary umpire. So Thurlow was adamant it was his. The Central thought it wasn't, but it is. So Thurlow's going to take a free kick. Tucked around in the forward pocket. Only probably about 30 metres out by the time he kicks it. At a tight angle. Very skillful player over the years, Jackson Thurlow. Excellent kick of the football. Goes the banana. It looks across the face. It is. It's gone right across the face and hit the far point post, so it's out of bounds on the full.
3-2-20 Launceston, Lauderdale 1-3-9. And today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 131-161. So clearance out of defence, taken by Stanley. So Ed Stanley, right on the boundary line.
This is just where they've got to be able to find an outlet somewhere and get a bit of run and carry to break that zone up of Launceston.
Almost a good mark there to young James Leake. He just spilt it. Tested ball on the ground. Tackle laid by Leake once again.
He made his debut in that round 6 game, if I'm correct.
Yep.
A couple.
That's right.
And the losing side down there in that massive upset.
Played footy during the week for St Patrick's. And Bernie is Reece Sutton now. Here's a go with Stanley. Nice little sideways kick to Tilly. Handball. This is Magro. Defensive side of the centre square. Kicks towards half forward. Siggins front position. Oh, beautiful take there off the contest. I'll see that in a moment. As Magro kicks towards half forward. Blackburn in a wrestle to 2-on-2. Blackburn works free, but it's a free kick back on play.
James Leake.
To James Leake.
Tell you what, young...
That was Nick Hooker there, I think, has got that...
yeah, he's got us both
effort.
today.
Yep.
Young Fellows, Max, is doing well on Blackburn. Blackburn's got serious wheels in terms of pace, and Fellows is doing well. He's going to get this ball from his schoolmate, his teammate, and James Leake finds Fellows. It's a funny looking kick, but it's effective, and finds Seymour in front of our old commentary position. Our cameraman Joshy Goodyear's over there, getting all the shots for you on the live stream. That's high up and under, up the chimney kick there. Looking up, trying to find Morris, but he's outmarked. Really good mark. Inside now, right to the centre circle. This is where they just can't connect. Good lead. Good mark. Taken on there. Didn't pay it. Fletcher Hooker. And now he sits on it. The umpire says, give it to me. There's a bit of grass in that one, I think. Young Fletcher. So they've tried to push Siggins deep again. But they're getting enough ball there, Max, aren't they? They're getting enough clean ball there at the moment through there. And they just sort of go sideways rather than just put the foot down and go deep. They've got some good forwards down there in Blackburn and Siggins. Just can't find them. Here's Christensen with strength. Up and under. He sets himself. Does Siggins. Who's first to react? It's James Leake. He's had a good 5 minutes. He swings it out. Now it's a good kick and finds Pulfreman. Pulfreman. Slow things down. It's a real game of chess here at the moment, Max. Just both sides. Another up and under kick. Got close to the man on the mark. Big Hayden Smith. Too strong. Too big. He swings at the big fella. He finds Christensen. He looks to go. He does now by foot. Look to go by hand. Siggins can't get near it. Spot, another mark. James Leake again. So the youngster, the 17-year-old. Not bad when football's your second sport for him, Max, and he can do that at TSL senior level. Mentioned he's a really good cricketer. Football might be taking over. Here's Morris, caught, good pressure. Morris gets it back by hand. Pulfreman, left foot kick, scrubby. Tyrrell got a shocking bounce. Well done, Josh Williams. He goes over the top now to Sutton.
Sutton handballs to space here, looking for Nick Hooker. Not a great possession, that one. It's going to be a turnover. Kick round the corner from Morris as he was tackled. Lacks of fortune, he finds Thurlow. 2 kicks out from goal. Kicks towards full forward. Bodie Kingston front position. It falls over the back, and it's going to be out of bounds. Right near the left behind post, so good transference there from Launceston, but a bad turnover there from Lauderdale. They were streaming towards their attacking 50. Inside 50s now. Lauderdale lead at 9 to 6. Thanks, groups. This corner. Hit outs, Lauderdale 13 to 7.
It's really only been that mistake from Lauderdale that led to the Taylor goal. That's been the only real scoring opportunity. Siggins missed a set shot, and that's about it.
Launceston here through Harper, grabs out of the ruck, turns towards goal, won't make the distance. And laying on it there, I think, is Franklin.
Is it Salford?
We'll see as they get up a long way away down in that pocket.
Franklin.
Yeah, it was Franklin.
I'll tell you what, he put his foot out with it there and just stopped the ball, saved a goal.
Harper, he's good in the situation, he stops the goal. Jody Harper, easy as you like. Straight out of the ruck contest, space ahead of him. And that's a coach keeler for Daniel Willing.
Well, he's done it before, Max. Harper did it just the last hit out, didn't he? He got it and nearly kicked the goal, kicked it to the lead. And Harper does it again. They've got to be awake to that one.
They do, and the captain mentioned it earlier in his call then. It's just that second or third possession of Lauderdale's that's letting them down. They're winning so much of the ball. The first decision's normally a really good one. Frees up a guy from a quick handball, and it's that second and third option that they're making the mistakes with. Instead of being able to identify and pick someone out with that, they're just giving it to someone under pressure most of the time.
That's the Tom Hawkins move for the Cats. He does that in the forward 50 stoppages every time in the ruck hit outs. He's just so big and strong, and Joby Harper's exactly the same for Launceston.
26 Launceston, Lauderdale 9. 20 minutes gone. Here's Macca.
20 minutes gone. They've kicked 2 now for the quarter. Open up a little mini break again. Lauderdale have done all they can. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber. Foz?
Yeah, it's 9 to 6. So Lauderdale have had some opportunities. Some of them been shallow, but still they've had their chances to score goals this quarter.
Someone asked me during the week, do we need a sponsor for the stats? I said we've already got one. Dave Gruber is his own brand. Got his own brand over there. It's holding the footy. Umpire Nick Butler says holding the footy against Gillow. And it's going to go to the recruit there, isn't it?
Jaden
Magro. And Magro in the long sleeves. Ground's a bit heavy. What do we have? 15 mils of rain?
About 10 or 12.
10 or 12 mils of rain.
Suburbs.
And just goes to centre half forward. Ground's in pretty good nick though. Not too bad. A couple of little spots, a bit soft underfoot, but a lot better than it used to be back in the day, Fozzle.
12.8 nil at Grindelwald last night.
Grindelwald will come down the hill. Down Lagana. Here we go. Morris, clean, clever. So he's one of the leading players in the league for assists. He's Morris. He finds Riley, who goes over the top and finds Seymour, hit up mark and lead. This is going to be a really big 10 minutes now for Lauderdale. Launceston is starting to connect. It's going to be a shot at goal from Brody Polframan. He gives it to Coach Thorpe from 50. Mitch Thorpe, he come off the bench. He goes down towards the city end. It's going to be a goal. It is. Well, he literally come off the bench. He ran past Polframan, who saw the big number 55 coming. And Mitch Thorpe, welcome back to TSL football.
Called it from a long way away, didn't we?
Yep.
Just got the head of steam up. We're right behind the line of the kick there, and was never going to be anything else as soon as he seen Mitch Thorpe running towards him, which that one really hurt you. Like, putting that 4-goal buffer into it now close on half time. You would have been happy with 3 goals, but 4 just sounds so much more and makes it that little bit more despondent for the Lauderdale guys to keep a bit of
I reckon we saw this against North Launceston too, Lauderdale. They were in the game, and then North Launceston just put the foot down, 3 or 4 goals in a row, and then it opened the game up and they were done. So they're offering, and they've got some great talent out there. Mitch Thorpe said they've got the most talented list when you talk about ex-AFL and all this state players and things, but they're just not combining at the moment at different stages of Lauderdale.
Siggins, kick smothered. Get around the grounds from Macca in a second as now Walsh picks it up back on the ground. Tackled by his fellow 23, Polframan. Tackled a second time. Macca, what do you got for us around the grounds?
Well, I mentioned it'll be a doubly bad day for Lauderdale if they lose here and Clarence win, and they look to be doing well. They're 33-8 against North Launceston. Of course, we saw them beat North Launceston. Didn't win an upset at UTAS, so it could be their bogey side. And Glenorchy, they only trail by 5 points at KG5, so they've got their backs up at the moment, Glenorchy. They're 25 minutes gone in that game. And Adelaide Oval, it's Adelaide Crows 60-22. And over in Victoria, it's Tasmania 10-9 to the Murray Bushrangers in a very low scoring tussle.
Back underway here, it's with Jaden Magro on the wing. He's tackled by Boyd. And there'll be a ball up. So as the boys said, it's 5 minutes probably now. Maybe less between now and half time. So one late will just give them a little bit of belief going to that second half. They're attacking side of the wing on the western side of Windsor Park. Umpire just clearing the area there. Young Nick Martin-Smith is the umpire there. New umpire in the TSL. Haven't seen him much before. And he'll ball it up a second time. So a lot of players around the contest. Launceston would really want to bottle it up. They've kicked a couple of goals late. Give themselves a handy margin. Siggins wins the tap. Brown, quick kick towards Thorpe. He takes the mark on his chest. He swings round, wheels and goes. Kicks the advantage here of Tyrrell. Doesn't get a great bounce. Taken by Patton. Handball backwards towards Sawford. Nice handball to Walsh. To Tilley, who does a little fake and gets a short distance kick to Marlin. Good work there from young Sam Tilley. Showing a little bit of class. Lennon Marlin. Low kick here, spots up, no, he doesn't spot up Magro, getting in the way of Josiah Burling. Burling goes to the centre square, dangerous, might come off, no it won't. Franklin, left foot, towards the front edge of the centre square. Oh, nice ball from behind by Magro as White was set to take that mark. There's a chance here. Big Martin now takes it. Left foot kick to Blackburn. Good fist in, is it? Yes. Yeah, or in the mark. No, it's a shared ball, says Nick Butler. Good effort there from young fellows. And the Lonnie supporters down below. A warm round of applause.
Yeah, it's a really good matchup, fellows. Like, he's a talented player. He's come through all the state underage stuff from under 15s. He's in the Devils squad as an under 17 at this stage. Hasn't played a game, but
Oh, Marlin gets, back towards Magro. He's taken by Brown. Just caught him round the shoulder. So big kick here. 35 out directly in front. The two Western Australians lifting weight here in Marlin and Magro.
If they ever needed a goal, it's this one.
Absolutely.
Right on half-time.
It's one of those no excuses shots, really. Distance not a worry. Angle not a worry. He's gone back for Michael Holding, run up.
As he does.
He's kicked a few bags this year. He kicked a bag against Launceston first time round.
They're 4.
Thank you.
15 for the season, Fozzle.
This for number 16 and for Lauderdale's second. Jody Magro on the side. Kicks the goal. No, he doesn't. Just off to the left. It probably didn't go very far, but it was off to the left-hand side. So a one behind, 1-5-11 Lauderdale. Was the scoreboard beat me to it? I think they beat me to it. 1-4-10, thanks, Grooves. 1-4-10 at half-time to Launceston, 5-2-32. In heavy conditions at Windsor Park, we've got a 22-point lead at half-time.
Yeah, goal kickers, Jackson Thurlow with 2 in the first quarter, and then singles in that quarter to Joby Harper, Brendan Taylor and Mitch Thorpe. And the single goal kicker for the game is Nick Hooker for Lauderdale.
Rough and tough game, Max. Not a lot of flying football, but those couple of goals late for Launceston were pretty important.
Yeah, they hurt you, those ones, when you're hanging in there, getting so much of the ball inside 50 as per Grooves' stats demonstrated early. And it's just, you've just got to be able to make the most of your opportunities, which is the letdown for Lauderdale at the moment. They looked really good when Siggins went forward there for a short period of time. They had the ascendancy in the ruck with big Hayden Smith, but just again, I've harped on it a couple of times, just that second and third opportunity. They've got to get it in there whilst it doesn't allow the Launceston guys to flood back and zone up, because they're very good once they have possession of it to be able to spread, hit their targets. They really are well drilled in how to run it out from defence, and that's really hurting Lauderdale for when they're getting those inside 50s.
And Mac, we've seen two young defenders there come of age, one in their first game, one in his fourth or fifth game.
Yeah.
Young Leake and Fellows have had big assignments, and they've just slipped into that back line beautifully.
Well, we say that even the likes of Boyd and Tuthill, they seem like veterans, but what are they, 21? Yeah. 21 years AD. So you're talking them, and then you throw a Leake and you throw a Fellows in, as Foz said. And, look, they both held up really well in that quarter. You just feel that Lauderdale have been better than one goal, or should have more than one goal, but not really. They haven't been great.
They're in the game.
They're in the game. No, that's right.
Yeah.
They've had enough of the ball. They've been able to link up, but getting no reward. They're not doing anything with the ball. I don't know what they're doing. So maybe some structure, but look, Blackburn can't get off Fellows.
Very tight.
The ground's a bit heavy. The ball's a bit heavy. The air's a bit heavy, so they're just not going. But as I said, it was Lauderdale the same at North Launceston. I know we had the same conversation there, but they were in the game, but then they weren't in the game. It's just strange. They're just a strange setup at the moment, Lauderdale. It's like they grow another leg at home. They look on top of the ground at Lauderdale down at their home ground, then they travel and just look lethargic or just up and down on the spot. Be interesting to see what happens with Bryce Walsh. I don't think he didn't come back on.
He did come back on.
Tackled in the middle there by Kaufman towards the end of the quarter.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Because we thought he was done, so that's good for them. They just need a spark, don't they? And if they can get enough footy out of the middle and then just get that forward line structure going, who knows in this quarter? But look, Launceston, they control the ball. We mentioned before the game, Launceston, they're number one in uncontested disposals. They want to kick the ball. They want to control the ball. They're number one marks inside 50. Don't know how many today, Grooves. We've got those there inside.
Yep, we might go through Grooves' stats.
Yeah.
I'm just holding it here a little bit longer for Chris back in the studio because we're just going to get to Anthony Osborne, but his game has only just hit half-time, so we'll just give him a spell.
As you'd imagine, Lauderdale with mainly Smith, they are 30-13 up in the hit-outs at half-time. Clearances, Launceston 23-19 up at half-time. Inside 50s, Lauderdale in front 21-17. It was 10-7 that quarter. So that's what we're talking about, isn't it? They're getting enough ball in there. Just need someone to be able to take a mark. Is it Christensen that plays close to the goal? Is it Siggins that has to play there? Who knows? Marks inside 55-3. That's Lauderdale's way as well. And free kicks 8-7 Lauderdale's way. So not much in the stats. And just Launceston just skipped away to a not quite 4-goal lead.
Some individual stats at half-time. Joby Harper, 20 possessions, 11 in the first quarter, 9 in the second. That's 17 kicks and 3 handballs. Fletcher Seymour, 14 possessions, 8 first quarter, 6 second quarter. Jacob Boyd, 13 with 10 and 3. And other good ones there, Polfreman 11, Woolley 11, Morris 10, and Leake 10. Mentioned James Leake there in the call. So thanks to Darren Lovell. There, the Launceston stats guy, him and Damien Donnelly do a great job each week. Macca?
Yeah, Tasmania are 8 points up over in Victoria against the Murray Bushrangers. 13 minutes gone in the second quarter. 3-5-23 to Murray, 2-3-15.
Couple of late goals to the Demons at KG5, seeing the lead by 17 points. We might just hold back on the Roos versus Bombers score because we're going to take a break here on City Park Radio. And when we come back, we hope to catch up with Anthony Osborne, who's been down at Launceston Arena. Back in a moment.
We all love Launceston City Park Radio, your local radio station. If you support City Park Radio through a membership in 2022, Elgas would like to say thank you. And as a way of saying thanks, we'll take $10 off your next LPG delivery. That's right, if you have an account with Elgas, your next LPG delivery will receive $10 off if you have a 2022 membership of Launceston City Park Radio. From the smallest domestic to the largest commercial, phone your local LPG experts on 131 161 for full details. Terms and conditions apply. Elgas is a sponsor of City Park Radio.
We know how busy you are in the community. It's meant sometimes you miss out on us, your community radio station. Now you don't have to with Community Radio Plus. Catch the latest news updates, listen to podcasts, join us live with the Community Radio Plus app.
Community radio is listener-supported radio. We're City Park Radio.
Whatever you're doing, take us with you. Community Radio Plus, your home of community radio. Download from the App Store or Google Play.
Barrett's Music is proud to support music in Tasmania in many forms. In fact, we've been supporting music in our community for decades. We value music participation in Tassie, so we can help you get started with expert advice on hand. With a wide range of instruments in stock, plus great learning resources and interest-free purchase plans, we can help you discover the music in you. Call into Barrett's at 104 George Street, Launceston, or phone 6331 9355. Barrett's Music, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Half-time here at Windsor Park. It's Launceston 5-2-32, Lauderdale 1-4-10. You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5 and watching the TSL live stream thanks to DALY Potato Co., our stream sponsor this year. And another stream going at the moment is down at Launceston Arena, and it's half-time down there between Clarence and the Bombers. And stream commentator down there today is Anthony Osborne. And Anthony, what's the situation at half-time?
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, Clarence leading this one at half-time, 4-10-34 to North Launceston, 1-3-9. So the Roos, they're up and down at the moment, but the scoreboard certainly could be more in favour of the men in red and white. They've been a little bit inaccurate in front of the big six, 4-10-34 to 1-3-9 at half-time.
And goal kickers?
Yeah, so Brad Cox-Goodyear, the lone goal kicker so far for North Launceston. For Clarence, Jared Harper, the captain, has 2 singles to Colin Garland and also to Lockie Borsboom. It was a really interesting opening quarter of football. It was free-flowing, ball pinging right around the park, but neither team able to really capitalise in front of goal. It was their last kick inside 50 that was really letting both teams down. It was Clarence trailing at quarter time, 5 behind to 1-2-8. So North Launceston kept to just 1 behind in that second quarter, while the Roos, they were able to pile on 4 goals 5.
What's been the difference, Anthony, after that tight first quarter? How have the Roos got on top?
Yeah, I think it's probably been that the delivery inside 50 today. We've been able to set up some probably cleaner opportunities in front of goal. Colin Garland in the first quarter, quite a few entries, just bombing it on top of his head, and he had Corey Nankervis and 2 or 3 other North Launceston defenders really hanging off him and making a clean mark and an opportunity in front of goal almost impossible for Colin Garland. They've been able to set up some opportunities and probably look at other options inside 50 and create some chances closer to goal. But the aerial marking of Clarence throughout that quarter was also really impressive. Towards the back end of the term, guys like Jack Preshaw and James Holmes are taking really strong grabs down the line and probably marking above their weight division. And really creating opportunities for them to give them that outlet down the line. And really, North Launceston, I dare say, we don't have the stats from groups down here with us today, but I reckon the inside 50s were tallied in that second quarter. I reckon North Launceston would have only gone inside 50 2 or 3 times for the term. It was just Clarence dominating right around the park in the second quarter.
And Anthony, we talked about in our call how important this game is and that game at Launceston Arena for ladder positions. If the Roos can get over the line today, and if Lauderdale go down here, that 4th spot makes it very difficult for Lauderdale to get there.
Yeah, it does, especially after Lauderdale getting that important Speak Up Stay Chatty Cup win last weekend. It probably really opened the door for Lauderdale to really head into the second half of the season with a top 4 spot, theirs to lose. But you're dead right, if Clarence can come over the top today and beat North Launceston and the Southern Bombers do go down at Windsor Park today, Clarence are going to be really hard to move out of that top 4 heading into the back half of the year.
And for our radio listeners, mate, who's impressed you from North Launceston so far?
Yeah, I think Harry Bales down in defence has had plenty of the football. It's been, as I mentioned, Clarence has been peppering the goalface and really driving the ball inside 50 consistently, particularly in that second term, and Harry Bales stood up really well. Alex Lee has been dominating when it comes to hit-outs around the ground, as the midfielders probably haven't been able to really take full advantage of that to this point, but Michael Stingle and Brad Cox-Goodyear have looked threatening with ball in hands, and Isaac Newitt as well is also impressed with some of his aerial work. Only taken 1 or 2 marks so far, but is competing really well right around the ground. And I guess we do know this North Launceston team with so many great young talents coming through, and Brad Cox-Goodyear at the helm. I'm sure they'll be able to get themselves right back into this game in the second half. So, mate, just repeat that score again, and maybe those major goal kickers. Yeah, so Clarence 4-10-34, North Launceston 1-3-9. Jared Harper with 2 goals for Clarence. Brad Cox-Goodyear, the lone goal kicker for the Northern Bombers, which came at about the 15-minute mark of the opening set. No worries, mate. We'll let you have a cup of tea and get ready for the second half. No worries at all. Thanks, guys. And, yeah, thanks for all you do week in, week out. You're the best in the business. Thank you very much, Anthony. You're too kind. That's Anthony Osborne down there at Launceston Arena for City Park Radio Sport. We'll take another short break. When we come back, we'll set the scene here for the second half at Windsor Park.
Thinking Tasmania. Think Tassie Tyres and Mechanical. Our range is as diverse as the Tasmanian terrain, and our tyres are selected and tested for Tasmanian roads and conditions. From daily driving or highway touring to adventuring off-road. Thinking about quality and value for money? Think Tassie Tyres. Proudly Tasmanian owned and operated. We won't be beaten on price and offer zip money and afterpay. Conditions apply. Tassie Tyres and Mechanical. Hobart Road, Kings Meadows.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
City Park Radio relies on its members, volunteers and local business to maintain the programs you enjoy. And you can support them and the wide variety of programs by making a donation to the station. It's so easy for you to donate. Just head to our website, cityparkradio.com, on your PC or smart device and click the donate button. Anything over $2 is tax deductible and you'll receive your receipt immediately by email. Donate now to City Park Radio.
L-Gas is the smart choice. Make the switch and be rewarded with $80 in LPG account credits when you sign up. Visit the website lgas.com.au or give us a call on 131 161.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football, on City Park Radio.
Welcome back to Windsor Park here. It's 5-2-32. Launceston, Lauderdale 1-4-10. You're listening to City Park Radio's coverage of TSL footy. We've got a break next week in the TSL. We're back in a couple of weeks for a pretty interesting clash at UTAS Stadium between North Launceston and the Tigers 2 weeks from today. But down on the ground we've got Chris Sayer. Chris, before I ask you about half-time, what's conditions like down there? It's starting to get a bit darker overhead. Have we got any breeze still?
I think the breeze has actually gone away a bit from the... Okay. From the beginning of the game, so a little bit there, maybe just 1 or 2 goals towards the southern end, but it's still dark. It's sort of threatening rain, but it's still not raining. So the lights are on. It's dark, but it's very soft underfoot. So yes, not much change in the conditions.
Now you're down the Blues rooms.
Yes, Mitch Thorpe addressed his players just before they came out. Of course, the bulk of the time was behind closed doors, so Mitch likes to do that. The forward structure, he wants to kick long into the top of the square, so he wants to stop the short kicks in the forward line and kick long into the goal square. Interesting to see Jay Blackberry up in the coach's box in his tracksuit, so he's helping to coach from the box. One of the runners is the great player Scotty Stevens as well. So we'll see how the second half goes. Tony's still in the Lauderdale rooms.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for him. If he wanders down near you there, we'll get a bit of a report from him at half-time. He's down there with Daniel Willing. Get back in a minute, Chris.
Okay.
That's Chris Sayer down there, our boundary rider. And Tony and Rob do great work week in, week out. 5-2-32, 1-4-10. Yeah, look, when you look at the teams, boys, you know, we talked about ladder positions there. Lauderdale could well miss out on finals here. You know, when you look at their team from front to back, you'd think if they made the finals, they could be a competitor.
Look, I had a look. They've got a pretty good run the next couple of weeks. They've got Glenorchy and North Hobart both at home.
Yep.
So that'll get them back up, up where they probably should be in the top four. But yeah, they just lack that spark on top of the ground, I think, and they've got the quality. Do they look to release a Josh McGuinness in a bit more of an attacking role? You know, he plays a lot back behind the footy. They just need that extra bit of spark on the ball, just with a bit of pace. And like they've got the recruits too in Magro. We've seen what he can do, and also throughout quarters. So yeah, look, I think they're 4 goals down today, nearly 4 goals.
We've got Tony, who's been down in the Lauderdale rooms. Tony, what do you got for us?
Daniel Willing basically repeated what he said at quarter time. He's not happy with the way they're shying away from the hard contest, if you like. Not quite his words, but that was the gist of it. He wants them to create more stoppages themselves because the Launceston are too good around the clearances for them at the moment. He says it's got to be a physical game and we can wear them down. He's not very happy about the idea or concept that they may be going back home without a victory. He highlights with the position of a couple of players during that quarter, which cost goals. Didn't like the way Mitch Thorpe just came off the interchange walks down there. No one challenged him when he kicked that goal. And
Bryce Walsh, Tony, what's his condition?
Good. You know, he's just walking around in the rooms. Players were going up asking how he was. He's just going fine. Doesn't appear to have been concussed at all. Must have looked pretty bad from the boundary line where we saw him. He was sort of staggering a fair bit. But yeah, he was fine. He wasn't taking any treatment or anything like that.
No worries, Tony. And Chris, if you're there, any injury worries for the Launceston Blues you could see at half-time?
Certainly none that I could see. One thing I would say, though, is Bryce Walsh is not on Launceston's Christmas card list.
Yes, we gathered that.
It's been for many years. Bryce has been around for a long time, and so have some of those Launceston players. So,
thanks, boys. We'll talk to you again through the second half of this game. The Seagulls are circling around our commentary position, but it's great to be over on this side of the ground. So thanks to Launceston Football Club. We're in the Thurlow room this afternoon. Josh is on the other side, and our little device that's getting our commentary to him is working a treat. So good work. Macca, we've got some action at KG5.
Yes, 10 minutes into the last quarter. It's North Hobart 80, Lee Glenorchy 65.
Murray Bush Rangers got back on top.
Yeah, Murray Bush Rangers 4-7-31. Lead Tasmania 3-4-22.
Half-time?
That's at half-time.
Yep. Okay.
And Adelaide Oval, Adelaide by plenty still. And we mentioned the Kangaroo score, 34 to Northern Bombers 9.
Speaking of the Devils, Macca, I think you and Groobs were there last week. What a great win in the last 20 seconds of the game.
It was a bizarre game. Tassie just started poorly. They gave away about 3 free kicks with the anti-density rule. They had players in the wrong positions. The umpires pinged them. And even right to the last bit, we thought Tassie were gone. Eastern Rangers kicked a goal with literally 20 seconds left, or a minute to go, and then the ball comes back to the middle. The clock doesn't stop. And there was a centre square infringement, and then the ball goes deep.
Yep.
And Brandon Leary kicked 3 goals with so it was a really good game. It was a good quality game at UTAS Stadium, and they've been going well. The Devils entrenched in that top rung of the ladder. So a little bit of work to do today though against the Murray Bush Rangers.
Actually, a bit to do with the 16 Devils. Those anti-density rules are a good thing.
Oh look, yeah, you do.
Yeah, look.
I do.
I think in the context of how they're trying to play those games and put the kids on show to demonstrate what they can play in certain positions, I think it's a great thing.
It's not good when it's a windy day because the forwards get stuck down inside 50 at all the stoppages. They can't roll up and get inside. It's like netball, they're stuck in that zone. But when it's windy, it's no good. Here's the second half of this round 11 clash, Launceston and Lauderdale. Hayden Smith into the ruck, fast hands, Lauderdale combined. Over the top here now to Lennon Marlin. He's on the run and he's gone. This is what we want. We want some spark. Inside 50. Going up Christensen. Can't find it. Off the ground, Siggins. Bouncing through for a point. When I say we want, of course, our listeners, we'd like a close game. And it's 5-2-32, Launceston, Lauderdale 1-5-11.
And it's been a jumper change, guys.
Yes.
Blood rule, so Hayden Smith now 41, not 6.
Okay, yeah, I reckon we can tell Big Hayden.
Big Hayden.
Thank you, yes.
Seymour now takes it, 45 kick to Boyd. Half-back. It's where they get most of their drive from, this half-back line who's been so good today. Short kick. I don't know if it was meant for Harper, but he's intercepted it. Confronted by Patton. Patton does well. Handball released now to Marlin. Further on to Magro. Can't quite rein it in. He's got an overlap here. Christensen, 40 out, turns, shoots, and goals. Goal to Lauderdale. That's the one they needed to give them a spark. I think Christensen really could have run on a little bit more there, but...
Could have also given the handball to his teammate, but he took it on himself.
And the results in the scorebook, 2-5-17 to 5-2-32. But good link-up play there. Marlin involved again, and they worked it out pretty well.
Yep, a couple of heavy contests there with Magro as well, attacking the ball hard, and that's what Launceston can't afford to do. There was a quicker ball movement by Lauderdale. From the centre bounce here, I'd just love to see him hit it forward and just run with the flow of the ball and get it in there while it doesn't allow the Launceston guys the opportunity to get back and get behind the ball and set up the play they do.
16 points the margin at KG5, so Magpie's not out of it. Centre square clearance. Seymour once again. A lot of kicks today. Morris front position. Spills. Now inside 50. Taken there by the young player in Ned Shaw. He's not penalised as he drags the ball in. So it'll be a ball up. 45 out. Lauderdale and Launceston around 11 footy here on City Park Radio. Knocked away by Smith, shark by Tyrrell, handball close quarters. Harper, his handball's no good, and Marlin picks it up now, back to Mitch Thorpe, swings towards goal. Oscar Shaw front position, couldn't take the mark. Bodie Kingston fighting hard. Riley there, gets it to Thurlow. Thurlow, backwards kick to Seymour, who marks 40 out, 45-degree angle. Don't see Fletcher take too many set shots. So see how he goes. He was one of the leading possession winners to half-time. So here he is. This will be the answering goal if he can convert. So that one by Christensen. Skips in, delivers, and misses near side. One behind to Launceston, 5-3-33. Lauderdale 2-5-17. 3 minutes into the quarter.
This is just where Lauderdale need to be able to work and find a way out of their defensive half here. They haven't been able to do so for 2 of the big quarters.
Let's see what they can do. McGuinness, flying high and going down early. There was Tyler Martin, lucky not to give away a free kick. Here's Christensen by hand. Kicked a good goal a couple of minutes ago. They link up. Tilly over the top to Williams. Here's Fletcher hooker. Yep. And it's going to be another turnover though, because here's the half-back player in Tuthill. He repels and he goes wide. Left foot Tyrrell. Inside centre circle. Seymour racking them up again today. Fletcher Seymour just keeps getting in the right spots. Here's Wright. Down the line to Brown. Steadies. Has a look. Wheels and goes now inside 50. 2 against 3. Riley got rid of his opponent. Thorpe gets rid of his. The umpire says no. Josh McGuinness, you're too good. It's against Riley. It's going to be a free kick.
Reasonably quiet, Josh McGuinness.
Hasn't had a lot of it today, has he?
McGuinness from right half back. Kicks up here looking for Smith. Pushes his opponent out of the way in McCormack. Wright confronted by Martin. Lays a good tackle. Wright doesn't release. Umpire Fellows says, give it to me. Yes, umpire Casey Fellows and his brother Braden Fellows is debuting today. Don't often see that, but this is Tasmania, of course. As Smith gets it to Marlin. Marlin's handball forward of the contest towards Martin. Shrugs the tackle. Funny sort of handball. Jacob Boyd takes it out.
Well, you talk about the Fellows connection there. Their grandfather on their mother's side was a Pitt from Longford in the, I believe, the 1957 state premiership.
Yeah,
team
one of those famous Longford teams.
Absolutely, famous
You were
Longford
that
name,
game?
Pitt.
You're that game?
My uncle was the mascot.
Here comes Woolley through the centre of Windsor Park.
Here's Thurlow.
Here's Thurlow up against Bodie Kingston. Uses his body well, doesn't take the mark. Follow up. Thurlow, great tackle, Bodie Kingston. It spills out, but that was a really good effort by the young man back in the side today against a more experienced opponent.
Should have been rewarded there. You know, Thurlow used his body really well, got the run of the ball, took his 2 or 3 steps and was tackled and unlucky not to get the kick.
Thought wins a tap, looking for Thurlow. Spills out of bounds. We're now about 15 metres around from the right behind post. Lights on here at Windsor Park. Heavy track, but good conditions, so it hasn't been too bad as far as ball handling is concerned. From the boundary throw in, Taylor's caught with it. Can't release. Umpire says, I'll ball it up. 25 out from Launceston's goal.
A couple of extra number 4s for each side out there at the moment, both the runners, Scott Stevens and Sean Richardson for the Lauderdale Bombers.
Riley,
Ex-Hobart player,
Yep.
Sean Richardson.
Riley, a quick snap for goal misses, so one behind. 5-4-34 the Blues. Lauderdale 2-5-17. Here's Matthew McGee for City Park Radio Sport.
Lauderdale looking for another goal here in the third quarter just to tighten things up. Hayden Smith, well done, Tina McCormack. The youngster comes over the top of the big unit in Smith. Bustling in hard is Luke Patton. And he's gone the try over the line. The umpire says, I'll throw it in though. By Nick Butler, very experienced umpire at TSL level. Throws it up, McCormack, good on the left hand. Only as far as Ed Stanley. Can't take it. Here's Tuddill. By hand, Ed Stanley. Sorry, Luke Patton's back on it. Well done. Blackburn. That's what he's got to do. Blackburn, get on the bike and go. Here's Siggins. Siggins won. Oh, couldn't get the second by the cherry. Well done, Jamison House. He repels, but only goes as far as Fletcher Hooker. And now the umpire says, give it to me. Oh, they needed that one, Max.
Yeah, they did, and they just need to be able to convert. They've got wouldn't be too many inside 50s for this quarter for them. They've just got to make the most of it.
Hasn't been many overall. It's been going between the half back lines. Just the 7, 4 to Lauderdale, 3 to Launceston. As it's taken there by House. Half distance kick. Lennon Marlin kicks towards the pocket. Christensen's there, but it clears him and spills out of bounds. So just the one goal this quarter. Low scoring game today. Playing 8 minutes. And that went to Alan Christensen. So they're staying in touch. They're half the score at the moment of Launceston, 34-17. Boundary throw in. Deep in attack for Lauderdale. Taken by Siggins. He misses the ball. He tried to snap on goal. Seymour gets a clearing kick. Only as far as Sawford, who couldn't quite keep it in. So it'll be a boundary throw in on the attacking 50. So young Jack Sawford, young player, up through the ranks at Lauderdale. Debuted against North Launceston on UTAS Stadium a couple of weeks ago. A couple of nice grabs in the first quarter. Hayden Smith wins the tap. Only as far as Riley, who overruns it. Bryce Walsh is there. Gets tackled by Smith and Riley on attacking 50 for Lauderdale. Umpire Nick Butler on the best in the business. Smith, nice tap. Finds Franklin. Support from Sawford. He has to backtrack. Back towards Franklin. Now taken by Josh Williams. Handball intercepted by Harper. Well done. Now over to Tyrrell. He's met in the contest. Marlin takes it. Thorpe's in there. Lauderdale player's gone down. And we've got a bit of a scrimmage on the boundary line now. Lauderdale player still down.
50 metres.
So it's going to be a Launceston free kick to Mitchell.
Christensen not happy there at the moment, but going to be a mixed Thorpe 50. Bit ugly there right on the boundary line.
Yeah, players are up. Thorpe kicks here to Seymour on attacking 50 right on the boundary line. Crowded 50 ahead. Distance will be an issue here into the breeze. 18 points of difference at KG5. North Hobart probably home there. As Seymour kicks towards full forward over the head of Thurlow. Taken by Shaw. He's tackled without it. And it'll be a free kick to Oscar Shaw, back pocket. Oscar Short takes his time, switches. Oh, not a great kick. He's looking for McGuinness, but it's going to go straight to 2 Blues. Morris in here towards Harper, who takes the mark. 35 out, slight angle.
Yeah, just doing enough, aren't they, Launceston, in these conditions? Connecting with the forwards. Mark's inside 50, Cruz. What have we got today?
This quarter it was 3-0. Time was 5-3 Lauderdale's way.
Yeah, but he's more dangerous.
So kick here by Harper, falls short. Spoil, taken by McGuinness. Look away handball, Marlin, not great. Looking for Stanley, he gets a high tackle. And it'll be a free kick. Deep in defence here for Ed Stanley, who's been one of Lauderdale's best today. Stanley.
Just keeping our eye on things here, Foz, we are.
Yep.
I know we're not saying much. A bit of by-play going on, Max.
A little bit of feeling amongst both sides at the moment, isn't there?
A little bit of by-play.
Probably a couple of decisions that they think may have gone the wrong way on a couple of occasions for both sides. So.
Seymour towards 4-4. Tyrrell takes the mark. He's been shifted forward as he was a few weeks ago against North Hobart. And a nice grab there. So he's 10 metres in from the boundary line. 25 out.
Clarence get an early one, Foz, 46-9.
Yes.
North Launceston struggling.
KG5.
Garland's about to have another shot at goal. So KG5, 18 points the margin. Glenorchy back to within now.
Anyway, Tyrrell. It's for their first goal of the quarter. Ryan Tyrrell for goal. It's across the face. So there's still goals in this quarter. One behind. 5-5-35 Launceston. Lauderdale 2-5-17. 3 goals to the margin. 12 minutes gone. Mac and McGee for City Park Radio.
3 goals, even goals the margin. Very low scoring game. Heavy conditions. Yellow ball, lights on. Oh! Trying to take a hang. There was Sam Tilley. Leak gets it though. Good kick. Under pressure. Found Seymour. That's lots and lots of it again. It's a great day for him. Hit up behind the post. No good for me, but it goes to Tyrrell as he comes out the other side. Second mark.
Yeah,
Yes. So second mark. They are the number one. I said number one mark inside 50 team, averaging 6.3. And what are they up to today already, Foz? Launceston. They've taken 7 plus 5. That tells me it's 12.
Yep.
So they've doubled their average of marks inside 50. So very good. Contested marks, of course. Or marks inside 50. Tyrrell leans back, missed the last, kicks this one. No, makes no mistake. So well done, Ryan Tyrrell. And Launceston now lead by an even 4 goals. Ryan Tyrrell with that 10, he was on 16, so that's 17 goals for the season now. Ryan Tyrrell.
Poor defence then by the Lauderdale guys. It was just a standard jump and grab there by Tyrrell. Yeah, there was a few guys around him, but there was I would have thought there would have been a great opportunity then for a Lauderdale guy to be able to punch the ball 10, 15 metres clear, and they're in a really uncomfortable position at the moment. 13 minutes into this third quarter and trailing by only 4 goals, but it feels a lot more than 4 goals at the moment.
From the middle, Bailey Gillow. This is his kick, taken by Franklin. He gets a 10-metre kick sideways. Christensen in there. All player there tackled for Lauderdale. And it's going to get a ball up. A little bit of an afters there. Scragging. Nothing serious. As up it goes. Taken there by Siggins. Breaking free is Harper, having an influence on this game now. Off the ground, Brown. Furlow picks it up. Tackled by Kingston again. Kingston does well. He gets the handball away to Franklin, who looks here for Stanley. Not a great handball. And it's going to be a free kick coming back for high contact. It's going to go to Ed Stanley. And I keep saying it, but I think he's the best today for Lauderdale. He is in a mountain of possessions. Ex-Clarence player. The lovely goal at UTS Stadium a couple of weeks ago. Handball forward to the contest now to Christensen. Low kick to half forward. And that's drifting up there as Fletcher Hooker. Too far out to score. Handball off now to Stanley once again. Centering kick. Player on the lead was Blackburn, but he put too much heat on it. And Wright takes the mark at halfback.
Nick Hooker worked really hard then to put a block on for Blackburn. He ran all the way into the 50 and just blocked him, and it was a perfect lead. Just the execution kick wasn't good. Polferman, he'll go sideways. Long and deep to Boyd. So Boyd out in front of the light, starting to take some effect now. Jacob Boyd was really good early, especially first quarter. Double-figure possessions, that's not great. Turnover. Actually seen something.
Mitch Thorpe's just snuck on from the bench, just snuck along the boundary
Okay,
line.
Tyler
Unnoticed
Martin.
at the moment.
Tyler Martin has a shot for goal and misses far side. Yeah, he just snuck around the boundary. He's trying to sneak one on the fast break.
He's got no opponent at the moment, neither is Dylan Riley.
I'll tell you what, Fletcher Seymour hasn't had an opponent today either because he just keeps racking them up. Seymour, good decision, not great execution. Hooker, dropped the footy. Umpire said, knocked out the tackle. Going the wrong way is Nat Franklin. He gets it out though, fortunately, to Tyler Martin. Inside 50, they're going to have to set, and it's only punched through out of bounds. And get it through for a point. So just hard work to score, isn't it? Really hard work to even get a look at a goal.
And they're just making the easy things look hard, Lauderdale, at the moment. Like, you know, they've got, we've said it lots of times during the call, they've got the skill, just don't have the execution.
Let's see what they can do here. Forward line stoppage. It's at Seymour again. Goes to Harper. Geez, they're like a 1-2 punch, aren't they, Harper and Seymour? It's one to the other or one to the other way. And it's just those two. They racked them up last week at UTAS. Done the same again today. Boundary throw in. Front of the Medical Centre here at Windsor Park. You're listening to City Park Radio. 103.7, 96.5. Or via the TSL live stream. Umpire says push in the back. It is. It's going to go to Bryce Walsh. Just got into his back, did Fletcher Seymour. And Bryce Walsh is going to have a shot for goal. Well, we thought he was done in that second quarter. He came up really groggy, or looked to be groggy. But they've checked him out, and he's back on, and he has a chance now to put Lauderdale, back to within sort of 3 goals.
Yep.
17 points. So Bryce Walsh, in the TSL a long time now. I remember him back when he was an under 18. Under 16, very competitive player. Bryce Walsh looks good. Umpire does not move. That's the one they need. Bryce Walsh gets it. Their third, 3-6-24. Trail Launceston 6-5-41, 17.5 minutes gone. You're listening to City Park Radio. Here's Max Walker.
Second for the quarter, so they've actually outscored Launceston for the quarter. So we've still got another 10 minutes to go in this quarter here. So you'd like to think that if they can get another couple, like we said, they feel like they're a lot further behind than what they are, but the scoreboard doesn't reflect it. It's just the execution of the day is letting them down big time. That second or third one where they should be getting a kick in instead of a quick handball.
43 points up, Clarence, and the Magpies go down to the Demons by 19 points.
Nat Franklin takes it out of the middle. Handballs to space. Couldn't pick it up there, Fletcher Hooker. Should be a secondary ball up, although the ball spills free now. Side of the contest taken by Polferman. Quick kick forward. Taylor front position. Great knock on. Finds Seymour. Support from Jake Smith. Jake Smith keeps it later. Mitch Thorpe, who takes the mark. Yes, says the umpire. And he takes the mark. 45 out. Slight angle. Slow to get up. Today's broadcast brought to you by LGAS for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 131161. So Mitch Thorpe's kicked one today, coming off the bench and receiving the handball and the big bomb from 50. So a similar distance this time. And this would answer the goal by Bryce Walsh. Get to the Devils score in a moment from Macca. I think the goal's been kicked. Here comes Mitch Thorpe to lengthen that margin once again. He goes to the pocket in the end, and a big fly there from Thurlow. Couldn't take it. In fact, it wasn't Thurlow. I think it might have been Harper, but there's a push in the back free kick going to Bodie Kingston, who's been really impressive. Not much of him. And I'll tell you what, he's been in some tough contests today as a youngster. Handball's now to Stanley. Right half back. Kick is a good one. Finds Fletcher Hooker. Marks, defensive side of the centre square. Short kick to Franklin, who has space. 45 kick, lead up, hit up, Magro. Jaden Magro goes here now. I'm waiting for Tyler Martin. Still in front of us, Bailey Gillow. Big moment in the game, this one. Now to Thurlow. Overlap to Thorpe. He can go further on to Riley.
Hasn't seen him.
Hasn't seen him. Now he goes there.
Still hasn't seen him.
He goes instead to Morris, who should take the mark and does. Good mark, Zach Morris. In fact, free kick
Yeah, it's Morris's try.
Heavy attention there from Ed Stanley, but Morris takes it. So he should convert. Slight angle, he gets up somewhat gingerly.
So does Mitch Thorpe. Comes up a little bit ginger on the ankle.
And again, their forward attack has been, launched from the intercept across half-back, isn't it? Gillow that time was just great. Didn't hold a stride. Just sat off him, bit of tease time. Bang, mark, just kept running and executed the ball well.
Tyler Martin takes that. Could be a different script. But the other end now, Zach Morris. For goal, makes no mistake. That's a valuable one for the Blues. Close to three-quarter time. We're in time on. 21 minutes gone. It's 7-5-47. Lauderdale 3-6-24.
Yeah, look, you can see once the ground start to get to more of that springtime in the finals time, they get onto a Utah Stadium or to Bell Reeve or wherever they end up playing. It's that kicking game that they've got, that run and kick. These conditions don't really suit them. Even though you've got the Harper and you've got the Bulls in there, Seymour. Halfman. I think they'd much rather kick the ball than run and go and whatever. But they're hard to beat down here no matter what the conditions, Launceston.
Those two or three guys are good when the grounds are heavy, and they're even better when they dry out.
Harper in the ruck against Siggins, doing a good job. Joby Harper, little clearance. Here's Gillow, quick hands. Good to see him in the centre square. To Bailey Gillow. Back to Harper, inside 50. Thorpe sets one. Can't get a second bite of the cherry. Taylor, well done there. Lauderdale defender in Ned Shaw. Tap back in. Could be dangerous. It's not. Over there in front of the camera. Umpire says give it to me. As the scoreboard reads, 7-5-47 Launceston. Lauderdale 3-6-24. 22 minutes gone here in the third quarter of this TSL action. So Lauderdale are 4-5. And Launceston will go on their way. They're 8-1. And, they go on next week. We mentioned to play Clarence, and then they have a bye. And then Lauderdale play North Hobart and Glenorchy in the next 2 weeks.
I've neglected all day, Macca, to mention the D-League score today. It was Launceston 8-13-61 and Lauderdale 5-8-38, which was a pretty good contest.
Yeah, it was a good contest. They were right in the game, Lauderdale, right until three-quarter time. Just a little breakaway at the end. Boundary throw in. Harper down the front, tunnel ball out, quick kick forward. Doesn't go far, it falls in the arms. No, umpire says play on. Magro tried to claim it. Umpire says no. Polframan. Over the top here, Siggins. Left-hand handball out in front of Salford. It's going to go out of bounds again. In front of the Foster's Park over there.
Inside 50 this quarter, 9 to Launceston, 6 to Lauderdale.
Yeah, those 6 were quite early too, I reckon. So boundary throw in. Mentioning Glenorchy. They put up a good effort today, but went down to North Hobart. Well done to North Hobart. Here's Harper, another possession. Left foot. Morris. Riley. Up and under. Thurlow's going to sit. 1, 2 bites of the cherry. Too good. Way too good, Jackson Thurlow. Found himself behind, put a little bit of body on. And his defender could not do anything there. Is that Kingston, Foz?
Yeah, Bodie Kingston.
Yeah, Bodie Kingston.
I think Thurlow was wondering, do I jump,
yeah,
take one on his shoulders, or do I just stand there and body him out?
Take a little hang, couldn't he? Top of the square, Jackson Thurlow, and kicks it as the goal umpire slips. Jackson Thurlow kicked 2 in the first, and there's another one in the third here. So he's got 3, moves on to 20 goals for the season. Of course, we must mention that the 2 Hineses are out today.
Yep.
Jaden and Jake. Jake leads all comers with 28 for the season, but has a couple of weeks spell.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For your LPG needs statewide, talk to locals with knowledge. Phone 131-161. Just a bit of flight from last week. I suppose you could say we were a bit critical of the umpire at one stage there with Hines, the late contact on Babcock's Gudgeon that should have been downfield. But Damien Donnelly, thank you, during the week said that it couldn't have been downfield because the ball actually went through the posts on the full. So in that case, it had to be brought back to where the kick was taken. So there we are. So Harper now, at least a left foot kick high to the wing. Casey Brown got hands to it but couldn't take it. Spinning out as Siggins, tackled by a couple. Ball up. So game high margin now, 29 points. You'd think Lauderdale would just have to sneak one maybe just before three-quarter time to give them a bit of a sniff, but low-scoring game. They've only scored the 3 goals for the day thus far, as Walsh has tackled. The ball up once again, umpire Casey Fellows. Umpire's been really good today. Not easy to umpire in these conditions. done a great job.
Lots of stoppages.
Yep, Siggins wins the tap, and here's another one as Riley's tackled by Ned Shaw. 2 weeks' time we'll be at UTAS Stadium, North Launceston, the Tigers, our first look for the Tigers for the year. Looking forward to that.
Well, they're the ones, aren't they?
Yep.
They're impressive. They've got some good quality players, some good forwards.
Yes, that's where their strength is, definitely.
Yeah, Lane, especially, coming
Tyler Carter
back into the system. Jordan Lane, I remember him playing back when he was in the underage system. Big unit, Jordan Lane.
Riley goes sideways and finds Tuthill.
Dylan Riley still looks sore, doesn't he? Underdone a bit, just with that knee. Just looks, he doesn't look on top of the ground like he has done. It's hard to come back from those ACLs.
Harper now, who's just gets possession after possession. Check it at 3/4 time. Darren Lovell is up it goes now towards full forward. And now, blocking the marking contest. Play on. Bailey Gillow goal. And it's out now over 5 goals the margin here at Windsor Park. It was a free kick anyway, but Gillow roved it nicely.
Yeah, well, Thurlow was 3-on-1. And
there's no need to do that.
No, Lauderdale just had to just hold, not block as such. And Bailey Gillow pounced on it. Really good. I mentioned before, just really quickly, Bailey Gillow moved into the centre square. Like, it's good for Launceston to give someone like Bailey Gillow, who's a small stature, but he's been playing really good footy on the outside. Now he gets his option to go into the centre. It'll just develop his footy. Look, he's in there with Harper and Polframan and Fletcher Seymour. Like, you know, a boy, only 12 months or so out of the Devils. To get in on the centre, it's going to be really good for his development. Bailey Gillow with genuine speed and good skill.
Started in there again for this centre bounce as well.
Ball up, Harper. Not going to go far. And it's going to be another ball up. 9-5, 59 Launceston. Lauderdale 3-6, 24, 27 minutes gone.
It's going to be very dark here in about 35 minutes time when we wrap up. But anyway, it's pretty dark now, really. Kick high in the air. Thumped out. Nicely taken by Polframan from the side of the contest. His kick's too strong though for Thorpe. He falls over in the contest there with Shaw. Zach Morris is taken. That's 3/4 time here at Windsor Park. And Lauderdale, after having a good first 10 minutes or so of the quarter, have gone further behind in this contest to trail by 35 points at 3/4 time. Lauderdale 9-5-59. Sorry, Launceston 9-5-59. Lead at Lauderdale 3-6-24. Margin 35 points. What was it at half time there, Macca? Did you write that score down?
Yeah, it was 5-2, 32 to 1, 4-10, so it's 22 points.
So 4 goals to 2 in that quarter. Goal kickers.
Goal kickers for Launceston, 3 to Thurlow. And the rest are singles to Harper, Tyrrell, Taylor, Morris, Gillow and Mitch Thorpe. And for Lauderdale, all singles to them, Christensen, Nick Hooker and Bryce Walsh.
Max Walker, your thoughts to 3/4 time?
Yeah, it was a very dominant quarter then by Launceston. They kicked the 4 goals for the quarter, like we just said. So just put enough space in them now. This is a real danger time for Lauderdale with Launceston kicking with that little bit of breeze this quarter that's still out there. Might get up a little bit stronger before the end of the game. So I can really see Launceston running over the top of Lauderdale at the moment. We've mentioned it a couple of times. Just haven't quite been on the money today, Lauderdale. There's just something missing in the spark of them with the talent that they've got. Haven't been able to execute the ball the way that their coaching staff would expect them to. Had plenty of it.
Yeah, good for periods of the game. A good 5 minutes here, one's there.
But when they are good for those periods, they haven't been putting the scoreboard pressure on. You know, they might control the game as in keeping possession of the footy, but they're not taking it forward a lot of the time. It's, you know, I've mentioned time and time again, it's that sideways kick, it's that backwards kick, it's that little handball followed by another little handball to keep possession. Instead of putting a bit of pressure on the, you know, on the Boyds, of the Alec Wrights of the world, you know, the Gillow off half back, you know, put those younger guys under a bit of pressure, get the ball in there high and long and make them think about what's coming towards them rather than giving them time to set up play and just repel all the attacks that Lauderdale's thrown at them.
Michael Walker for City Park Radio Sport with his analysis to 3/4 time. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll have Grooves' stats and the boys on the boundary. At 3/4 time, it's 35 points the Blues way.
We all love Launceston City Park Radio, your local radio station. If you support City Park Radio through a membership in 2022, Elgas would like to say thank you. And as a way of saying thanks, we'll take $10 off your next LPG delivery. That's right, if you have an account with Elgas, your next LPG delivery will receive $10 off if you have a 2022 membership of Launceston City Park Radio. From the smallest domestic to the largest commercial, phone your local LPG experts on 131 161 for full details. Terms and conditions apply. Elgas is a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Radio is available on many platforms, and podcasting is one of them.
City Park Radio has established a community podcast corner, so individuals and groups can use our quality studio to record their very own podcast series.
Whether you're a group of good friends, a club, or a professional looking for facilities, City Park Radio can help you.
Contact the station on 6334 3344 and we'll get the information to you.
Putting the community into radio. City Park Radio.
Are you dreaming of a winter break? Do you need extra cash? Cash in your old and unwanted gold jewellery at Cash Converters. Declutter your house this winter and earn some cash to boot by turning gold into sold. Right now, Cash Converters will give you a fast, free estimate and offer top prices on gold jewellery. Even broken pieces or single earrings. So why wait? Get planning that winter escape now. Cash Converters Kings Meadows. Trusted and locally owned for 25 years. A proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to Tasmanian State League Football on City Park Radio.
Welcome back to Windsor Park with Dave Moore, Matthew McGee, Michael Walker, Dave Gruber, and Tony and Chris on the bound. We'll get to them in a moment. Let's have a look at some stats. First of all, the team stats, thanks to Dave Gruber. We've got hit-outs at the moment. Lauderdale 45 to Launceston 23, so they've dominated in that area today. Clearances, though, the Blues 34 to Lauderdale 26, 11-7 in that quarter. Inside 50s, 12-6 that quarter the Blues way. They really got on top, 29-27 over the day. And marks inside 50, 9 marks inside 50 for the Blues that quarter. It's phenomenal,
Yep.
and they now lead that 9-0, I might say. They now lead that 12-5 over the day. Free kicks, really good umpiring. As I said, not too many free kicks. 14 to Lauderdale, 11 to Launceston. Individual stats, thanks to Darren Lovell and Damien Donnelly. Two huge players here. 29 Harper, 28 Seymour.
They are the 1-2 punch, and they've got the same sort of stats, haven't they?
24 and 5 for Harper, 24 kicks, 5 handballs, and 23 and 5 for Seymour. Pofferman 16, Boyd 15, Morrison Woolley 14, Tyrrell Thurlow and Leake with 11. Okay, get down to the boundary. We've got Chris, who's been at the Launceston huddle. Chris.
Virtually just what you just went through the stats there. Mitch Thorpe went through the stats and said the stats don't lie. He was very happy with the last two individual efforts too. The same players. He's very happy with the last 2 quarters. This quarter he wants again to go straight up the middle. Don't go wide. Go up the middle and kick long. He reckons that Launceston's legs on Lauderdale's. And yes, he was very happy. So here's Tony.
Tony's been at Dan Willing's huddle at Lauderdale. Yes, Tony.
Look, overall, he's fairly happy, especially the first 2 minutes. He says they threw everything at them, but then they sort of dropped it again. And their defence was under enormous pressure because Launceston were just taking advantage of the turnovers and killing them in the clearances. He really wants to play a lot of contested footy. He doesn't really think that overall they've played a bad game. It's just they're letting themselves down with some of the small things. And I've got to say, I've got that impression from looking at it down here. I don't think they're a long way out of this, but they're clearly not going to win it. But you'd have to say, just in the context of the 3 quarters we've seen so far, Launceston's done the little things a little bit better.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Chris. Back underway last quarter. City Park Radio, here's Macca McGee.
Tina McCormack up against Hayden Smith. I tend to agree with Tony that I don't think Lauderdale have been too bad. Like, they've had enough of footy, their stats, the clearances, things got away with them a bit that quarter, but just not...
They've been punished on some of their turnovers.
Yeah, they just have, and even those first couple of goals, there was a mistake back in there way back. Sort of just been the same, but the effort's there, just some execution and some genuine spark around and from the football. They're okay around the football. It's when they've got to go from the football and go that they're getting beaten on that spread.
Macca, Devils update?
Devils update. It was half-time, Puzzle.
Oh, sorry.
Get that for you.
Right, I'll take over while you're doing that. The Murray Bush Rangers are a goal or so up at half-time. Tackled there is Marlin. Can't release. Another ball up. It's 3/4 time still at Launceston Arena. 36-point lead to Clarence. 59-23.
Tasmania in front by 4 points.
Oof.
So Murray 31, Tasmania 35.
Another nail-biter coming up there for the Devils. That's last week.
17 minutes gone there in the 3rd quarter, so another 8. They played 25 straight.
It's interesting, nail-biters. Jai Menzies, one of the goals that was highlighted during the week was that, I think he kicked the winner against Bendigo a couple of years ago.
Yeah, gone to Essendon.
Yep. Well done to Jai Menzies.
hold that against him, but well done to Jai, former North Hobart player, of course, Tasmanian Devil, to South Adelaide.
I did cheekily put on Facebook, Macca, one of your calls here of one of his near goals of the year a couple of years ago.
Off that day, didn't he? Yeah, my word, it would have been a ripper.
Not much happening here. We've got a succession of stoppages, but we get another one here. 59-24. So Lauderdale this quarter kicking to the northern end of the ground. Launceston to the town end. As the boys said at half time, the breeze has really dropped out. So no real advantage. Nice tap there by Smith, but only as far as Jake Smith. He kicks off the ground. Now we've got a bit of open play. Taken here by Williams.
Wynyard boy, Geordie Payne, just kicks a goal for Tassie Foz.
Holding the ball there against Williams. So Morris now kicks in towards attacking 50. Over the back, here's Taylor. Dangerous. Can't pick it up. And we've got a holding the ball decision here against Launceston player in Tyrrell. Down the way of Sawford. Ned Shaw it was, sorry. Back to McGuinness. Now to Ed Stanley. Ed Stanley up the wing. Nicely weighted kick. Mark taken by Patton. His handball to Christensen, who's under a lot of pressure. He has to backtrack again. Back to Stanley. Handball with a Ned Shaw. Oh, they've coughed it up. Will they be punished? Morris to Seymour to Morris. Attacking 50 towards the goal square. Bodie Kingston front position. Mark taken Oscar Shaw. Flying from behind there was Thurlow. Now we've got a free kick that's going to come back to Bodie Kingston.
Thurlow couldn't get at it and just sort of gave way one in frustration. Kingston goes down the middle, tries to find Ed Stanley, can't do so. Here's a turnover. Seymour been brilliant. Oh, that's well done. There's Sam Tilley, but it's Harper to put the cherry on the top. Joby Harper cleans up the Spilly, and he kicks a goal. And what another magnificent goal. And that's 2 goals now for Joby Harper. And not wanting to influence my man to my left in Maxie Walker, but got to be somewhere near the votes again. No correspondence entered into him, Maxie said. But goodness gracious. Look, we didn't realise last Friday night either, boys. We didn't sort of notice. Joby Harper actually didn't get to the game until late last week. He was coming back from Hobart from work. And he actually didn't come onto the ground till 11 or 12 minute mark of the first quarter. So he did all that work in 3.5 quarters of footy. And Mitch Thorpe was full of accolades for him last week.
Back in the middle. Umpire Fellows throws it up. Taken by Smith. Good handball release here to Magro. Can't quite collect it. Has to kick it off the ground. Here towards Tyler Martin. He overruns it. Plenty of blues now. Chilcott takes it. High tackle against Fletcher Hooker. And I believe, Max, that Matthew has a movie date this evening and may not be here when you deliver your votes.
I'll be listening to it in the car, Maxwell.
There you go.
Oh, you want me to turn you on? Hang on.
Oh, there you go. Sorry.
You've actually been talking for the last 8.5 minutes of the 4.5 minutes of the quarter. No one's been listening. Some people prefer it that way.
I was already on the way home. I was out of it.
It's boundary thrown on centre wing as interchanges happen for Lauderdale. And the ball's in the vicinity. Slightly attacking side of the wing, and what Daniel Willing wouldn't want here is the margin to blow out late. So boundary throw in. Smith wins it down towards Magro, fighting hard with Walsh. Magro tries to bulldoze his way out. Can't do so.
Well, unless there's a massive turnaround, Clarence are going to beat North Launceston. They're 65, North Launceston 23.
Almost the identical scoreline.
Yeah, it is, and similar time of the game. And Adelaide Crows are 10-10-70, leading the Eagles 7-7-49. So after a slow start, Eagles have come back okay.
Christensen releases a teammate there in Sawford to half forward towards Blackburn, who hasn't really been in the game today, and Jack Duttill has. He's taken a mark. He kicks up the wing, looking here for Tyrrell, who's lifted in the second half. He moves forward. Plays on straight away. Over here looking for and finding Mitch Thorpe. Left foot pass finds Smith. Right on the boundary line. That's Jake Smith.
And you're right about the scoreline here, Foz. Like, Lauderdale need to keep this under control. Like, percentage might be very useful for them towards the back end of the season when they're fighting for that 3rd, 4th position.
Jake Smith. He's about 40 out, right on the boundary line. Debuted in 2013 to Jake Smith. In he comes. Kicks. And Kicks it for a behind. He just missed near side. 10-6-66 to 3-6-24. So an even 7 goals is the margin. In the gloom here at Windsor Park. Josh McGuinness takes his full measure, kicks low, up towards the wing, does it well and finds Oscar Shaw. Oscar Shaw releasing handball now to Sutton. Sutton kicks underneath the scoreboard in Blackburn front position, can't mark. Tuthill does well again. Chance though here, Tyler Martin coughs up a handball, breaking through his right, well done. Poise, took his time, gets it to Boyd. Back now to Seymour, handball to right. Gee, they did that well, Launceston. To Woolley, who delivers to Harper. Great skill under pressure, Launceston. Harper now, kicks towards full forward. Thurlow is there against Kingston and marks.
So good behind the footy, aren't they, Launceston? So good behind. Like, Lauderdale got that ball pretty well. From full back, 1-2, kick up to their half-forward line, and then it's just game over. Launceston just go back the other way, and then their forward line is so strong.
It was just that turnover at half forward, a quick handball by Lauderdale that hit the Launceston guy. Yeah, they applied pressure, which made Launceston do 2 or 3 quick handballs, but their handball then was clean, and it was to the possession of the guy, and it was all moving forward.
Jackson Thurlow for goal number 4, makes no mistake, at the town end of Windsor Park. That's the goal number 11, 11-6-72 to 3-6-24. I'd love to know the number of goals today after turnovers. There's been quite a few.
Does the group take that stat?
No, we'll get him onto it.
Scores from turnovers, please, Dave Greenwood, next week. Tasmania have skipped away for 17 points above Murray Bushrangers.
That's good. Good result.
Yeah, thanks, Matthew. Good.
Third quarter.
Dave loves
Still
it.
the third?
Yes.
Yep.
Minute to go in the third.
Sorry, I'm a bit distracted.
No, you're right, Dave.
My laptop has gone
what have you
flat.
done? Oh,
Bit of breeze working with that.
Captain of the commentary team's lost the plot. Here we go. Tina McCormack up against Siggins. Seymour, another one. Harper, a scrubby one. Only as far as Siggins. It's a ruck and maul. Holferman's got him. So, another boundary, another ball up in the centre square. Had a few of them today. McCormack puts a hand down. Leak. He had a terrific spot in that second quarter to James Leak. Not going for his Bryce Walsh. Like a pig in the trough. He's put the snout in. He's going to get a free kick, is he? No, it's going to be his teammate Fletcher Hooker, I think. He's going to get the free kick. It's going to be his kick. So, Sting's gone out of this one. It's going to be a clear victory to Launceston. Boyd still fighting hard there. Good spoil on Lennon Marlin. Leak. Oh, that's a nice pick-up, an outside sort of check side handball. That one. What's happened there? Free kick behind play, downfield. So it's downfield to Boyd, so it goes to Polferman, who was about 2 metres in front of him. He goes back to Boyd. He's tackled, didn't get a foot on it. Umpire says play on. Spilled out the tackle. Fletcher Hooker, Tyler Martin, Polferman. There they go again behind the footy. Alec Wright, hands. Umpire's played another free kick. Downfield, play on advantage this time. Boyd, Tyrrell. He's got Thorpe on. Thorpe leads hard outwards. He goes. He's got another 50 metres in front of him. Mitch Thorpe, hit up. Thurlow looks good. Takes the ball at the highest point and takes the mark outside 50. Or right on 50. Will have to be a good kick. Not much breeze there now. We know he can kick it long. Jackson Thurlow for 5 good ones. He wheels, he goes. Thurlow, he misses near side. Got the distance easily. Looking for a handful. But it misses near side. Fossil, how are you travelling?
Yeah, no, I got laptop back up and running. Serves me right. I should have plugged in the charger.
Yeah, preparation.
I'm right now, ready to go. Comes out Oscar Shaw. I'll have to repeat that Devils score because I was distracted.
Hey,
so.
Devils 49-32 up at three-quarter time.
Great work there by the Devils. And Steinbauer's got it. Gets it now to Sawford. Sawford looking here for Nick Hooker, who takes the mark. Took a nice goal earlier in the day, the boundary line. Kicks up and finds an opponent in Josiah Burling. So another chop-out mark there for Launceston. Late inclusion, Josiah Burling. And for Michael Musica, as Brown now kicks up towards half-forward. Big fist away there from McGuinness. Sees the ball over the boundary line.
Geez, they've done that well today. That half-back line of Launceston just, repelled attack after attack, haven't they? Whether it be Burling on that occasion. Leake's done really well off half-back when he's back there. Boyd, they're all being good.
Yeah, Fellows comes on now and goes to Blackburn. First gamer on a pretty good goal kick in the TSL, and they say, we're happy for you to be the last defender on a pretty good play.
So half forward, a lot of players swarming around the contest. You can hear the kids below us here having their fun. Good to see.
Listen, go that way.
Up it goes, Nick Butler throws it up. Here's Harper releasing again for goal, not this time. He kicks it across the face and right in front of the Windsor Medical Centre there, the southern end of the ground. City Park Radio takes a rest from the TSL next week. No games locally, but we'll be back from 5 to 2 in a couple of weeks' time. North Launceston against the Tigers. Harper again out of the ruck contest, not this time though. Sutton's in there. Taken by Oscar Shaw. His kicks towards the boundary line. Is that deliberate? No, it's not. It might have hit a hand, I think, on the way through. So it's going to be a boundary throw in. 20 metres around from the Blues goal. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber this quarter. 5-3 the Blues way. No rain today, so it's been pretty good for the contest. Siggins just scoops it out. Here looking for Patton. Back to Sutton. Sutton's kick finds Tuthill, and he's been one of the best today for the Blues. A lot of marks. He's up at half forward now. Just about every player in the game is in attacking 50 for Launceston. So he just kicks it to the top of the square, hoping for a mark. And he's got one as he Harper tries to bull his way through. He has marked it.
He's so big and strong.
And Tuthill there was at the right play. He had marking targets for all there in the goal square. So Harper, write this one down. Will be his third for the day, second for the quarter. Kicks it into the netting, and he does so now. That's another goal. Launceston, he kicks it over the netting, hitting one of the vans at the back. So 12-7-79, plays 3-6-24. We forget what a good pack mark he is, don't we?
Oh, he's good everywhere, isn't he? He's had a great football career here in Tasmania. He just continues to do so. He's so fit. I remember him as a schoolboy. He was an outstanding swimmer, Max. He was an outstanding runner. He combined the two and went into triathlons. And he was carrying around like a big rig when he was doing those things. But he would just run, and he just brought it into football. And just a terrific athlete.
Well, he's proven that he's good on the ground below his knees. He's good in the air. He's good in the ruck. He's got the endurance to run, like you say.
Ended up playing a lot of his junior football in the Mariners, like as a key defender. Played a lot as a fullback. I don't think he enjoyed it much, but that's where they put him.
Another possession. They've kicked the last 6, Launceston. Here's McAmagee.
Inside 50. Oh, it's a good mark. It's a good little float over the top of Thurlow. They've called play on. Who's he got on the hit up now? He looked for Riley on the lead. Can't find him. And it's going to go out of bounds. No, it's not. It's inboard now. Franklin. He sets himself. Hands above. Good contested mark against Jamison House. Looks inboard. Finds Christensen by hand. Oh, it's a turnover there from Marlon. Not a great kick. Brown to Harper to Thorpe. He goes wider. He looked for Boyd. Can't find him. Well done. Good cutting off there was Patton. And it's going to be a ball up just in between the centre square and the 50-metre line going towards the city end. Launceston 12-7-79. Lead Lauderdale 3-6-24.
I mentioned Launceston kicked the last 6, so Lauderdale kicked a goal, I think the 17-minute mark in the third quarter. They got within 17 points, and Launceston just put the foot down since then. As Brown kicks it towards half forward. Morris releases the handballs. Turning over there is Leake to Smith. Smith's handball was intercepted. It reminds me of the game against Clarence here early in the season. I don't know if you did that one with Maxi. And Clarence got within about 14 points late in the third quarter, and it ended up being about a 10-goal margin. Launceston just have that level of fitness just to go to another level at this point in the game.
And they've proven that again today with their fitness, haven't they? Like they've just put the foot down, and they're going to win by 10 goals plus without any excitement in doing so.
Oscar Shaw, I think, has been tackled, holding the ball. He's tried his heart out today as Oscar Shaw, but he took on the tackle on that occasion. And free kick to Morris. Zach Morris today, Macca, the one or goal, I think.
Zachary Morris has kicked the one.
Yep, in the third quarter.
Third quarter.
He's underneath the light pole, right half forward. And he comes, long way out, centering ball, drifts back towards goal. Contest in the goal square. Siggins gets a fist to it. Taylor might have got caught with it there. Little kick away, saved him. And the Lauderdale players there wrestle it to a standstill. So in playing 16, nearly 17 minutes. Probably another 8 minutes to go. Thorpe tries to take it out of the ruck contest. Tyrrell with a little snap. Taken by Stanley. Look away handball out of Christensen. He goes to the back pocket. Finds Reece Sutton. So can they snag a couple of goals late here, the Bombers? Sutton now onwards to Oscar Shaw. Defensive side. The wing goes back to Stanley. He takes off. Now to Franklin. Still the same spot. Defensive side of the wing. Looks up. Daring kick on the 45 looking for Christensen. Clears him. Chance now for the Blues through Smith. He's tackled. Getting hands free was Siggins. For the handball over the top there looking for Marlin. Bit of volleyball there. No one can take clear possession. Bryce Walsh can. Here they go now. Marlin to Franklin to Christensen on the wing. Takes his time. Centering kick looking for Blackburn. Falls in the lap there. Fletcher Hooker marks on his chest. 30 metres out.
Been okay, the youngster Fletcher Hooker.
Like him?
Yeah, he's been, you know, he does that little bit of spark in around that high half forward, a little bit on ball roll, good skills for only a youngster.
Chance for their fourth goal. Fletcher Hooker, member of the Tassie Devils squad. Here he comes. Umpire works. Umpire signals one behind. 3-7-25 Lauderdale. Launceston 12-7-79. Macca, Devils update in a moment if you can. Is it all over at Bell Reeve or are we still playing?
Still going.
50 points the margin there, so both score lines, as we said, are really similar. Out it comes, but Oscar Shaw does really well. One of the best for Lauderdale today. He said he's taken a mountain of possessions in the defensive half. Gets it to McGuinness. McGuinness towards Magway, who runs into Walsh. Both players are okay. They've coughed up an opportunity there. Out and out of Chilcott.
That's their game.
Gets it towards Fellows. Nice handball to Seymour. Now we've got a free kick back on play. Is that against Magro? Not sure why it's not advantage. Anyway.
Go to the first gamer.
Braden Fellows.
Murray kicked the first Fossil of the last quarter. 38 Murray. Trail Tasmania 49. Late in the day there. Two things are getting dark. So Braden Fellows. Let's say he's done his job as a defender. Fellows. An up and under kick. Here's Morris. Harper. Another one. Leather poisoning. Riley. Just trying to work back into some form, Dylan Riley. As we mentioned, it's hard coming back from that ACL injury. But just trying to get some time into it. I think they'd like him come finals time. Spring. On top of the track. Running, bit of forward line 50 action at UTAS Stadium. They'd like him now. It's going to be tough, and just to get back into that form. He's been working hard. They tried him off half back for a few weeks just to get him back in the flow of the game. Mitch Thorpe, first game back today, Max. It's a nice goal. Done enough, I suppose. You know, without Jake Hines in the side, they wanted that bigger body up forward. For a couple of weeks, and of course, come finals time, who knows? Here's Jake Smith, hit up. Oh, it's a good lead. Might have been a push out, it is. That's Thurlow again, looking for number 5 still.
We've got 4 really good players. You would think that certainly 3 of them on form are in their top 22, which is, you know, the 2 Hines boys, Blackberry still to come in. Gronewegan, not quite sure what's going on with Gronewegan.
I'll about Gronewegan in a moment, but also some Devils boys as well. Where do they fit?
Musica.
McKercher, Musica, Liam Jones. They're going to going to be full tilt in a few months' time. That's Jackson Thurlow's 5th. There's a handful. That's a little bag. He's been looking for that one. He kicked 2 in the first, 1 in the third and 2 in the fourth. And Jackson Thurlow has 5.
He's played pretty much inside attacking 50 all day, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, he's been good. He has been inside 50 all day. It's just class by foot, class by mark, reads. What a target to have, especially without Jake Hines there as well.
Just his body use today has been, impeccable. It's just, hasn't given away a free kick. Just used his body the way it should be used in a contested ball coming in deep in the air, and just experience, I guess, being taught the craft by the best going around on the mainland and showing it off today.
My word. From the middle, Harper takes it, spins beautifully, gets it to Seymour. 2 massive possession winners today. Now towards Riley. He's Chilcott, who kicks inside 50. Mark taken. With that man again. Free kick. It's Morrison on occasion. I must use the binoculars now because it's very dark. Ed Stanley, nice kick, finds Hooker. Fletcher Hooker. Defensive side of the centre wing here at Windsor Park. Up here looking for Blackburn. Well done, fellows. Big thump from behind. Falls to Thorpe, who's getting some possessions around the ground. Kicks towards half forward. Leading out, taking a defensive mark is Josh McGuinness.
Mitch Thorpe does a wonderful job down here at Launceston coaching the under-9s on a Sunday morning early. I'll tell you what, he'll be a bit sore tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning compared to what he normally is. The old body there, it's got a bit of a limp up.
Sutton gets it here towards Christensen, off hands. Sideways handball there from Steinbauer. Coughed up now to Brown. Thorpe, handballs, Tyrrell. Harper into the pocket. Thurlow takes it. Macca it.
Just too good. Harper, Fletcher Seymour, Thurlow. They're just star-studded. Just great system.
They would have peppered that inside 50, I think, in the last 10
Inside 50
minutes
for Dave Grubers, please.
Inside 50s, it's 10-5.
See if he's still awake. Grubers up there in the
No,
corner.
he's done.
He's good. Look at him.
He's alert. Here's Jackson Thurlow for number 6. Sets it out to the right. It stays right. So one behind. 13-8-86 to 3-7-25. How are they going down that Launceston Arena, Mac?
Well, it's Clarence by plenty. 80-24. 56 points.
Right,
earlier in the day, North Hobart got over the top of Glenorchy. A valiant Glenorchy. One of their better games. And Adelaide Crows are up by 33. Eagles continue to try and gain ground there. And it's still 38-49 over at Highgate for the Murray Bushrangers and the Tassie Devils.
Tyler Martin gets a handball away now to Nat Franklin. He kicks towards the centre. As far as Mitch Thorpe, who's had a lot of possessions in this quarter, he kicks towards the direction there of Taylor, thank you. Glasses up again. Short kick inside 50.
Oh, it's Joby Harper.
Taken by Joby Harper on the 50. So we talked about Harper had 29 to three-quarter time. I reckon he's closing in on 40 by now.
Yeah, and he's kicked, so what do we say, 3. Talk about those Premier Data stats that come through and the ranking points. It's going to be a big score.
Joby Harper for goal. Umpire does not move. Another goal to Launceston. Joby Harper, what a game here at Windsor Park. 14-8-92 to 3-7-25. How many goals for the Blues in this quarter, Macca?
Plenty. I don't know.
5.
5, yeah.
5,
3 to Harper and 2 to Thurlow.
There you go.
5.
I bet you they were wishing he got here halfway through the first quarter today. Mind you, he wasn't that dominant, even though at a quarter time he had 11 or 12 touches. But certainly this second half, he's stood out like a beacon, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they do. So not long left in this one, I wouldn't imagine. What are we, 25 and a half minutes? 14-8-92, Lauderdale 3-7-25. They've been stuck on 3 goals since, who was it, Bryce Walsh or Christensen? Bryce Walsh kicked their last in the third quarter. They didn't kick a goal in the second. They don't look like kicking a goal in the last. So down towards this end of the ground where we were at, which is the river end, I suppose you'd call it. They haven't kicked a goal today. There's the side. A dominant performance by the Launceston Football Club at home. 14-8-92. Defeated Lauderdale 3-7-25. We said throughout the game that Lauderdale weren't, they looked to be in it. They just weren't, but in the end they got blown out of the water by a superior team in Launceston. They've got players out, we've mentioned before, but they just have players come in and do their job. They continue to blood youngsters. and a good mix. And in the end today, it was Jackson Thurlow with 5 goals, Joby Harper with 4, singles to Tyrrell, Taylor, Morris, Gillow and Thorpe. And for Lauderdale, they go back down the highway with 3 goal kickers, Bryce Walsh, Nick Hooker and Alan Christensen.
Chris Sayer's out on the arena at the moment, so he'll give us a wave when he gets somebody. So Max, I'd just get your first thoughts after the siren, and we'll cut across to you if Chris gets an interview.
Yeah, look, 9 goals to 2 in the second half just made it a real, the floodgates opened, didn't they? And just the quality of Launceston, everything, a lot of their attacks today, when Lauderdale did start to get forward a little bit, they just repelled them from half back. And again, they'll have to do a lot of work during the course of the week, I suspect, on their possession game. Like, they just gave it away too often, whether that be by the first handball or the second handball or some of those kicks as well, just very costly. And as the grounds dry out, they didn't look quick enough today either, Lauderdale. It was just, it's a little bit heavy here today, but Lauderdale have got a bit of work to do to make up a bit of ground with the top 2 or 3 sides.
Chris Sayer is with Joby Harper.
Yeah, Joby reckons Macca loves talking. Joby, that was a great game from you, but a big turnaround from the last time these two sides played. How did that come about?
So that was probably our weakest game, or our worst game of the year, obviously. A few different things. The way we played and our effort towards the football when we played them down there was nowhere near good enough. And today, before we come in, we talked about our attack on the football and our effort and our four-quarter effort. We say that you pay a tax when you play Launceston, and we didn't do that in Lauderdale, so it was a real effort for us today to do that.
Yeah, and a conscious effort to really come back from that game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was definitely, from the time we lost down there, it was definitely on the whiteboard to say that this is the game next time we play them, that it doesn't happen again. Not 2 times in a row, so... but these things happen in seasons. Not very often the teams go undefeated, and it's hard to be up 4 quarters every week. So, but the boys last Friday and then this week been 2 super efforts from the boys.
Chris, if you can hear me down there, can you congratulate Joby on his 43 possessions today?
43 possessions you got today. Have you got? You a bit stiff, are you?
It's a few scrappy ones in there, I think. So. But no, it's as a group, I think we won the stoppages for the day, so it makes it a lot easier to get on the end of the footy and overlap when we're winning the football around the ball. So
fantastic game. Next week, Clarence at Boot Park, then a week off. So we're halfway through the season. You're really going to appreciate that week off, the side?
Yeah. So Clarence down there, which is going to be another tough game because they match up pretty well against us. It's always a pretty good hit out. And then we've got the bye and then the competition bye. So we've got 2 weeks off in a row. It'll be another big hit out next week and then a bit of a refresh for us.
It'll be good to have those weeks off too.
Yeah, it will be. We'll probably we'll take the opportunity to get a good refresh and rest ourselves and then start ramping ourselves up for the back end of the season.
Congratulations on a big day for you and your side as well. Thanks for the chat.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
There you go, Dave. He's walking pretty well from such a big game. I think he did get leather poisoning. So, a big win from Launceston, and I think they're going to enjoy those weeks off when they come. A quick word from Tony.
Yeah, it was a very impressive display, especially the last quarter. They ran it out. Lauderdale had earlier thought that they might be able to do the reverse, if you like, but the evidence is there, isn't it?
Fantastic, Tony. Thanks to you and Chris for your work in the boundary today. Great effort as per usual.
Our pleasure.
See you in a couple of weeks. Mac, I know you've got to go, so
yeah, I'm off it.
Farewell our listeners and viewers.
Yeah, I think I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Probably give you a report from North Hobart Oval. I'll be down there watching the Devils.
Fantastic.
In a couple of weeks at North Hobart. It'll be great to see them back at what we call the home of footy in Tassie, North Hobart.
Absolutely. What are we watching tonight, Nathan?
We're off to see, what do we call it? Top Gun.
Top Gun Maverick?
Top Gun Maverick.
Watched it last night.
Oh, was it how many stars? Max Walker's, well, give the vote. Let's give the movie stars.
4.5.
4.1. Can't win for a good one, Fozzo.
4.5 stars out of 5.
For a good one.
Okay, we're going to wrap up here with Max's votes and some stats. We'll and all the best there tonight at the movies. So the stats today, thanks to Dave Gruber, hit outs 59 to 29 today. So that's an area where Lauderdale were really dominant. Sam Siggins and Hayden Smith there, 59 to 29. Clearances 33 to 42. So Launceston 42 to Lauderdale 33. Inside 50s 40 to 33. The Blues on top there, 11 to 6 in that last quarter. And marks inside 50, a big disparity here. Launceston 19, Lauderdale just 6, with just 1 in that last quarter. free kicks, 36 free kicks today, 18 apiece. And thanks to Darren Lovell and Damien Donnelly, some stats here for some of the Launceston players. Just mentioned in the call there, 43 possessions to Joby Harper, 14 in the last quarter. So 34 kicks and 9 handballs. Fletcher Seymour, 33. He had 14 in the third quarter. And 25 kicks, 8 handballs over the day. Jacob Boyd, 20. Zach Morris, 19. Paul Freeman, 18. Thurlow, 17, including 5 goals. Mitch Thorpe, 16 possessions. So a fair bit round the ground today. Ryan Tyrrell, 16. Jake Smith, 16. Jacob Woolley, 16. So just the sheer number of possessions of some of those players tells a story, Macca.
Yeah.
Maxie, sorry.
Yeah, no, Mac is gone.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it does, Dave. Absolutely. And they were spread evenly as well. Like to get a strong component of your team to get, the 10, 12, 14 possessions at just across all lines, right from the back half, across that half back line, through the middle and down to the forward line. And those midfielders today, they'll have a very strong. They just get better and better, don't they? And they'll sleep well tonight because they just got very tired getting the ball.
So before we give you 3, 2, 1, Maxie, Chris, you got something for us?
I had a quick word with Mitch Thorpe coming off the ground. He fully understood why we wanted to talk to Joby Harper, because Mitch knew that he had 43 possessions.
Well, there you go. Unbelievable. Word got around pretty quick.
It did.
Thanks for your efforts today, the boys in the boundary there. So, Max, 3, 2, 1.
Yep, I'll start with the better players from Lauderdale today, who through our eyes up here. Sam Siggins early started off well, just faded a bit, I thought, as the game got on. Alan Christensen was a really good 4-quarter contributor for them today. Bryce Walsh did well, got injured there, like we said. I think that was end of the second quarter or beginning of the third, but he never gave up trying, even though he came back on later. Hayden Smith was serviceable in the ruck without being outstanding. And probably their best for the day, without a doubt, was number 15, Oscar Shaw. Certainly led their votes, I would have thought, in their best and fairest, and possessions nearly as well. Just got, played really well. For Launceston, thought Jacob Boyd early, certainly that first half, repelled lots of attacks. Zach Morris late in the game, played really well. Josh Woolley down back, just doesn't waste a possession, doesn't get a lot of the ball, but his delivery by foot just hits a target every time. Just a pleasure to watch. Young Bailey Gillow, I thought he was really good today. Just sweated off the ball a few times, knew when to go, knew when to stay, played really well. Tina McCormack, probably his best game in the ruck that we've seen. Starting to learn how to use his body a bit better. Wasn't a ruckman, but he's certainly getting better each game. Mitch Thorpe with his 15 or 16 possessions, first game back from a long spell, played really well. Finished off with that goal in the second quarter that we called and seen it a mile coming. The votes today, thought Jackson Thurlow kicked 5. You're always going to get a vote when you're the key forward like that. 5 out of 14, so he's kicked a third of their score, which is a great return, and even contribution as well. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the last. Fletcher Seymour through the middle. Again, him and his mate Joby Harper, they just take it in turns, taking votes off each other, I think. He was right up there again today with 2 votes. And Joby Harper, 4 goals for the day, 40 plus possessions. Don't know how many of those would be hardball gets, with at least half of them. So he gets the 3 votes today. Well played.
Fantastic game. And I just got a text here from Macco on his way. Now, he's a fireman, of course, Joby, so...
Their night shift, I'm not saying anything, Joby, but I believe the night shift at the fire brigades around the state and probably around the country, probably a bit more relaxed than what they would be in the afternoon.
He'd be hoping it will be anyway.
Absolutely.
After those 40 possessions. So thanks to the team today. Thanks to you, Max.
Thank you for
See you
having
in
me.
a couple of weeks.
Great day, yep.
Thanks to Dave Gruber on stats. Thanks to Macca, of course, and the boys on the boundary, Chris and Tony. Thanks to Josh over there. He's got the camera. And done a great job today with the audio over here, which is terrific. And thanks to Chris Ball in the studio. He's had a big day. We've had a number of meetings and things today at City Park Radio. So thanks for Chris for giving up his time. One more thing, Max. Yep.
I just see the great Mari Thurlow down here on the right there.
Yep.
The wife of the late Peter Thurlow here, grandmother of